Yo, what's up?
Hi, my name is Jerry Croft. I'm a professor in California, and this is a very strange video about incredible, awesome dreams that will shake you to the foundations of your soul. They will really question your sense of reality. That's the name. Those are the 6 we're going to talk about. Circe, Shantine, Shekinah, all quite mysterious. So let's begin. I am a psychologist. I taught at the grad. Let's read this entire paragraph together, okay? The Kabbalistic tradition describes
repeatedly being fed a story, and I'm listening for the end of the story, and I'm like, okay, cool. What we gonna do after this? Do you know what I mean? Like, you would tell, and literally, I learned that women just like to vent. It's not necessarily that you want to have a conclusion to the end. You just like to vent. But I'm looking at it like, okay, cool, that happened. I'm gonna fix it like this. No, but that's not. I just wanted to talk. You just want to vent. And I'm like, we don't communicate like that. Yeah. Literally, like, men don't communicate like that. When we vent to our other men.
Exactly.
I'll vent to Ish. You get me? Like, I'll speak to Ish.
I feel like we can't as well because, you know, like, that's time. You know?
Yeah, it's like we don't communicate differently. I just think we need to stop calling people misogynistic and patriarchal and all this kind of stuff and just understand that we are wired differently. Our brains are wired differently.
I feel like it's a generalisation, and you're also missing out people who don't really conform to any sort of gender norms, people who aren't with someone who of an opposite gender, and it's, I don't know, like you say, women do this, women do that, but
there are women who take the masculine role in relationships and fill that role, and men still have feminine energies, even if you want to deny it and repress it out of them. They still have that emotional body, and just because they don't necessarily have the same language communicated, it's still there. And having that emotional space to be vulnerable with each other is so important in a relationship. You can't be vulnerable with the person you're with.
Women like yourself are creating feminine men. That's my point. You're creating.
Are you?
In my opinion, you know, masculine men start wars, so I'd rather the feminine who doesn't start the war, if I'm honest.
Women have started more wars.
Men start a lot of wars because of bloody women.
Because of women. It's the men starting it still, though, just because a woman has caused it, because a man, you know, Helen of Troy and whatnot, of her beauty and all that.
But when you say you want, like, the masculine role, sometimes the women take the masculine role.
Yeah, but
that's not the natural.
Not necessarily with a man. Sometimes with a woman is.
John Fetterman lived off his parents until he was 49. They were his principal source of income. And freeloading Fetterman didn't pay his property taxes either, but he wants us to pay more. Fetterman's pushing higher taxes, even for families making under $75,000. He also pushed a 46%.
Well, but it can happen with a man who's a bit more feminine.
So what if a woman was transgender and she transitioned, then she's not naturally like a man? So then what? Is that bad?
Say that again?
So if a woman is feminine, a woman, whatever, she maybe comes to a realisation, or she's felt it her whole life, and then she transitions, and now she's a man. She's not a natural.
She's not a man.
She's not.
She's a woman.
She's a biological female.
She's a biological female. She's not a man.
Female. Doesn't that gender?
I mean, you're right.
I don't like the way you're saying it from, in the sense of they are.
Yeah, biological females.
It's a biological female.
But you're talking about
masculinity is still there.
What I'm saying,
masculinity is still there.
What I'm saying is, you think that a man who doesn't behave manly is wrong. So a man who transitions to a woman and then behaves, is he wrong? Is that bad for society? Is that detrimental?
Yes, because okay, so if we flipped it, right? If we said all the women in society now act masculine and all the men now act feminine, how do you think society would run?
But it's not all men and women.
No, I'm just saying, because you think it's okay. So I'm saying, if you flip the roles, if you say all women act like men and all men act like women, how do you think society's going to
Well, it's just
not realistic.
That doesn't answer what I'm saying.
But-
You didn't answer what I said.
You're saying
I'm saying if you
if
said
if a transgender,
yeah,
if a biological, make it make sense to me. If a biological man
became a woman
became you can't become a woman, but okay, become a woman,
and then was behaving girly, is that wrong?
Well,
Because
it's not
you
natural,
said-
is it?
But is it wrong? Is it bad for society? Is that what
Of
you're
course
saying?
it is.
Well, then your views are just
Of course it's wrong. Of course-
biased
of course
and
it's
prejudiced and
unnatural to
silly,
society.
really.
Why is that silly? Why?
Yeah.
What's more silly? What's more silly than a man thinking that he's a woman?
Ugh.
Oh wow.
Like, isn't
Is
that
that
silly?
silly? Like,
Isn't that
if it
silly?
was so completely unfathomable, it
my
just
God,
wouldn't
right.
exist. Like, it exists, and there's a spectrum of gender, right? And people choose how
all right,
masculine,
so are you telling
how
me-
they feel.
Are you telling me that I can be a woman?
I'm asking you.
Because there's a difference
Yeah,
between
right,
being
yeah,
male
man.
and female and being a man and a woman.
Get me
you
out of
know?
here. What? Because I
There's so
questioned
much-
you.
You're telling me.
This is not a debate. Is
So
it
hang
not
on
a conversation?
No, but hang on a minute.
Get her out of here.
Are you a woman?
Sorry.
It was a phrase.
Am I a
He's
woman?
not trying to.
Are
It's
you a
just a
woman?
phrase.
Yeah.
You're a woman.
Yes.
I could be you.
No, you couldn't be me because I'm a person. You're a person.
No, but
You
I'm saying I could be your gender.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
You can
Yeah.
transition. It's about
Seriously.
masculinity and
No,
femininity.
but
People can embody those roles. It doesn't have to be
I can be
strict.
your gender.
What is a
Serious,
woman?
serious, serious, serious.
What is a woman?
What is a woman?
I feel like in the context of this conversation, we're talking about the masculine and feminine roles, and people can
Woman
embody
is
those
a
roles.
name for gender, not sex, that someone can identify themselves with, no matter what, because it depends on your spirit, your soul, your mind, your body, everything.
So how
How it works.
So how would you know if someone's a male or a female?
I wouldn't. I would ask them.
You would ask them, but like, could you make generalizations about who's who?
You could-
Male and female can't change.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, if you talk about
Like-
sex, you're right, but we talk about man and
Yeah,
woman.
yeah, yeah, man
Then
and
I
woman,
would say
yeah.
based on masculinity and femininity, and if you say that all women become men in terms of fulfilling that masculine role is still
So I'll
fulfilled.
never
I just
have a
thought we
vagina.
couldn't generalize.
I'll never have a vagina.
I thought we
Good
couldn't.
night.
And I'll never have a
But you're
vagina.
saying masculine. But you're
But
saying
you're telling me I can be a
masculine.
woman.
You're saying masculine.
Sorry, I really.
You might not be able to afford the surgery yet. Right? You might just want to keep that. You might be into sex. You might...
Sorry.
Sorry.
One at a time, guys. People at home can't hear. I want everyone to hear. Yeah. We'll get next bit.
Sorry, let me just get back to this because this is something that really it grinds my gears, right? You're telling me that as a man who has been biologically born a man with a penis and 2 testicles, you're telling me that I can be a woman.
Yes.
If you want to.
And you're now telling me also that a woman that with breasts, a womb, vagina, you can be a man.
If you're out there and you want
How?
to, you can.
Yes.
you
How?
can. Just
No,
putting that
no,
out
no, no.
there.
How?
I think it could be a remix.
Any way that you want.
Doesn't make sense.
You can get it done.
I'm a man,
Yeah.
right? I know what it is to be a man. We've got 3 men in here. There's absolutely no way you could be us. We know that as men. There's no way you could be us.
I could identify as a man.
I don't care what you identify as. You're not a man.
Cool.
It doesn't matter what you identify as. You're not a man.
So you going off on this rant has told me that everything that you said before that was also prejudice and bias, and I really don't respect any opinion that comes out your mouth.
I don't mind.
Right.
I don't mind.
I'm gonna come at this from a different level and say that I'm actually non-binary, and there are points where I fulfill a feminine role, and there are points where I fulfill a masculine role, and I switch between those energies, and both feel equally comfortable to me and equally like. I'm not saying I could transition to a man because I'm not transgender, but it's about the masculinity and the femininity, which transcends sex.
Do you have a vagina?
Yes, I do.
I'm like also none of your business. That's also that's
Can
not
I?
none of
Can
your
I?
business.
Can I? By this logic, can I identify as black?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God,
Why
no.
not?
Why not?
Completely.
No.
Why
Why?
not?
Not the
Why?
same thing.
Why not?
Right.
Because it's racist.
It's how
and
I
it's
feel.
different.
It's how I feel.
Because
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
race.
I can identify as Pearl. Because I can identify as a white woman.
that's silly.
We don't-
That is something that
it's
someone.
silly.
No, it's in terms of we don't
Call me
distinguish.
propelled.
If you talk about roles in society, we don't distinguish roles by race. We distinguish roles, as apparently by this conversation, through through gender, right? Sexuality, femininity, masculinity. That's how we define roles. We don't do that by race.
Okay,
so
I
it's
identify as a
different.
dog then. Woof.
No,
That
what?
is really, really,
Wrong.
really funny.
Wait, no,
That
isn't
is
that
really
thing?
funny.
I'm black.
That.
I am
Very
African
easy.
by genetics, right? I'm African
Yeah.
by genetics. You're female by genetics. You know that, right? Right. So
Yeah.
there's no way in.
I'm not a woman by genetics. I'm a woman by choice.
By social construct.
You're a woman by genetics. You've got an XX chromosome.
Female.
No.
Female.
I'm a female by
Social
choice.
construct.
By
Yeah.
genetics.
They're biological females
Separate.
by choice.
I also
no, by
think,
choice?
but by
By birthright.
yeah, biology.
All right. So
biology.
tell me what a woman is then.
I also
A
think.
woman is someone that says I am a woman.
Wow.
I also think everyone's talking in the binaries that you can either be a man or a woman.
Or
You
yeah,
can't be
there's
like
even
in
more.
between. there's in betweens
Yes.
where like you can be like, oh, I've got a willy, but I really am feminine and I love the typically feminine things,
And
and,
I
you know, I want to dress a feminine way. That doesn't. It may not even necessarily mean that you want to transition or whatever. You could just be a bit of a girly man.
Do you know what
and
you
that's
just said?
fine.
You just said, as long as you say what you are that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
listen,
that's
That's
I'm just
basically
gonna
what he said.
explain.
when I'm
She wants to define herself.
when I'm with a woman, right, I fulfill a more masculine role. Like that's just kind of a natural energy. But when I'm with a man, I fulfill a more feminine role. It's just how I naturally switch between the two, right? Both of those are equally like valuable parts of myself, right? It's just different energies that are expressed at different times, the masculine and the feminine side. And people have different levels of them. Some are more masculine and some are more feminine, and they fulfill that role. It's not determined by biological sex. It's just not.
Yeah.
It can be, but it's gender is a construct, right? And we have different degrees of masculine and feminine energies in us. You probably have more masculine, and that's fine. But other people, men especially, do have more feminine energy, and there should be a judgment on that. Everyone has their role in society. Everywhere has their place.
I also
just
think
want-
it's way more accepted if you're a masculine woman in society, because masculinity is so like valued and revered. But if you're a bit of a feminine man,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're a pussy, you're a rah rah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, actually, that's fine.
No,
Like you can also
I
exist.
think it's accepted. Yeah, it's accepted by other women, but it's not accepted by men.
Do you not think?
If they're
Good job, he's not gay
Unless he's
then.
feminine,
Innit?
and then they match.
I mean, typically
this is
the
why
guys
we're
that
society.
like masculine women are usually
Beta
like,
males.
they're usually like I mean the girls don't even like them. The girls like it's like those girls that hate their husbands because they have them by the balls.
Like, this is what.
Yeah,
Like,
and I know you're thinking of someone.
But why are we
I
equating
don't know.
femininity with like being submissive
Mm.
and
Yeah.
being like
Well,
that's
the
part of
feminine
it.
is
Technically
incredibly
it is, and there's
powerful.
nothing wrong with that.
What is a woman? Can you tell me that? Well, you're at the Women's March. You must have some idea. Please, if one person can tell me what a woman is.
You are not here for women. We ask you to leave.
What is that? I'm a husband. I'm a father of 4. I host a talk show. I give speeches. I write books. I like to make sense of things. A woman is not anything.
the father, I know from raising my son that he needs both me and his mother in his life. So when someone who hasn't had children is telling me, oh no, kids don't need both their parents, I find it laughable because I tell you something, most parents will tell you that they know that their child needs both parents in their life. For you to say something like that makes no sense to me as a parent. It doesn't make any sense.
I have kids in my family that were raised single parents and whatever, or some kids in care and stuff like that. I feel like it's laughable that you just said, "Oh, my life is this, so you're wrong."
It's
But
not.
that's
It's
just-
not. It's not.
there's
That's not
other
what he's
kids-
saying. He's saying
I
my
read the
life.
statistics.
He's saying my life is this, and stats back
It's
it
not about
up.
me. What about the statistics? It's about what the results are at the end of the day.
Because the way you're going, it's just like I believe what I believe, regardless of any stats. So you could see whatever stat, and you're still gonna think what you think.
Yeah, because I think you can't generalize anything in the
Right.
world. I don't think anything can be generalized.
You can't.
You have to generalize,
Okay.
like, unless you're
I
a
think
therapist
people-
giving specific advice, like, you have to
I
generalize.
think people are too individual to even.
You
Yeah.
said you can't generalize.
You can't say women are this. You can't say so and so is out.
You can't say children prefer milk. You
No.
can't say, you can't say anything. What do you mean you can't
I
generalize?
just feel like I don't say anything. I don't say women are this or dogs are that or whatever is this. I just say that thing there is this and that's it. And I don't generalize.
Do
them.
dogs bark?
Some don't. My dog don't. Some don't.
So now, see, this is the thing. So now you would just argue just to be right in a conversation because you know dogs bark. But for you to say, oh, some don't, it's like you know that's what dogs do.
Then you can't argue anything.
You can't argue
Yeah. Because if you can't generalize at all, then you can't argue anything.
Yeah, they're always
I'll take that back.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll take that back and I will just say you
Right.
can't generalize men and women and families.
I also think there's a difference between ideal and realism, like the reality of people's situation.
Exactly.
I think a lot of women would love to be married, but they're realistically.
But they made poor choices to not get
I think
there.
they have the wrong
Maybe they
strategy.
did get married and maybe it was a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you never know the situation. But being a single mum is a lot of work, especially if you have like 3 kids.
Yeah, so
you've got to
shouldn't
pay for
pick
them.
it.
You don't end up as a
You've got
single
time
mom by
to pay.
accident.
Like,
Yeah, so I'm saying like
time.
don't pick it. So don't pick it. That's a choice.
Yeah, you don't end up as a single mom by accident.
Like and you choose who you sleep with.
I don't know. I think well, maybe if that husband was better, she wouldn't have left.
Oh, is this?
Well, why is it always? But why is it? Maybe if she was maybe if she was better, she wouldn't have left.
I think if they both worked on it, then yeah, I think we can both agree people should work on their relationships before calling it quits. But there's a reality and ideal.
Listen, I think women should be more discerning when deciding which men they should
Okay,
get
but
involved
women have only recently earned, like, over the last, like, 20, 30 years, right, which isn't a long time period in the grand scheme of things, especially generational. It's two generations.
Fair enough,
It's two
but
generations,
the
that's it.
consequences will still be there.
Yeah, but it's two generations.
What does that have to do
and
with me
women
today?
had to rely on men.
I'm a woman. What does that have to do with me today?
Women had to rely on men for, like you said, financial support, to be able to work, to be able to live, essentially. And as we've come out of that, yes, it's been, what, like 40, 50 years, right? As we've come, probably a bit longer. No, about 50, 60 years to say that. And they had to rely on settling to be able to get a man to be able to support them. So we are still shifting out of that mindset where you settle for something that maybe isn't that great because you have to be supported, you have to have this nuclear family situation. I grew up with two parents in the house. I grew up with a relative, two parents who were incredibly functioning society, but I was suicidal by the time I was 12. So having two parents doesn't blanketly assume that you're gonna be happy. Like those statistics that you read off, it's not necessarily because the kid had a single mother. There's so many different systemic issues that go into that. Poverty, where you live, like different aspects. It's not just about having a single mother.
I've got a question for you,
Yes.
all the girls on the panel. So, I learned this a couple of weeks ago that women are very picky when it comes to men. My question is, given the choice, would you marry a guy you're not attracted to, knowing that he's going to stay in the relationship? And Pearl, feel free to rephrase my question if you feel I'm saying it wrong. Or
growing up, I just had a vision for myself. I always knew I wanted to get my PhD. I found Walden University. Nate?
you marry a guy that you're not attracted to, but you know he's going to stay there, he's going to provide and everything? Or would you marry the guy that's cheated multiple times, but you are madly in love with him? Who would you be with?
That's a boundary. If you're
I'll go
cheating,
first.
how do you-
Personally, I would say neither, and because I've been in both of those situations where I've had someone who would be a perfect option, but I wasn't attracted to them, and I've had someone that I've been madly in love with who fucked around with me, essentially. I've been in both those situations, and I think the issue is people have to think they have to settle for those situations.
So, which one?
Neither.
Neither.
Sorry, I don't know if it's a cop-out, but I wouldn't choose either. I would rather be on my own.
All right,
if those are my two
if
options.
you could give me one, life on the line, one. That you
I would
had.
choose the one I'm not attracted to.
Cool.
Me too.
Okay.
Yep.
I also have to say neither. I'm not somebody who's ever necessarily thought.
If your life is on the line, if your life is on the line, pick one.
I'd rather die. I think that's
Honestly, like the way you guys are answering, like that's why 50% of women over 30 are single and childless.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they want to be. It's a decision.
It's not necessarily because they're also the least happy group when they hit like 45 or 50.
Correct.
Because like the party runs out.
Yeah, it's not really a decision.
Someday no one's lining up to date you at a certain age.
Yeah, and it's not really a decision because the guys are the ones who control who gets relationships. I mean, from what I can see, it seems like the crux is you need to understand that just because you don't like your options doesn't mean you should gaslight yourself into believing you don't have any. You know, like
Yeah, and your options are just that's your level. So like if you don't like the guys you can date, then like you should probably try to improve yourself.
But yeah, and I completely agree with that. I believe you should work onto yourself until you're ready to be in a relationship that you want, and that's why I would rather be alone until I'm ready for a relationship that's going to be reciprocal in all ways. And I think that's the mindset. It shouldn't be about whether people are going to settle for a relationship or anything like this. People should be open to working on themselves, be open to like not being judgmental and being about love.
Do you think at a certain age though, it's kind of just like okay, like let's say 32. You only really have till 35 if you want to have kids, and you don't have because geriatric pregnancy is like $20,000 a year, so the average person can't afford that. If you want a family and you want kids, do you think there's a certain age where you kind of look around and be like, you know what, I don't think my options are going to get better than this because I'm just getting older?
And no,
because I a lot of times like when we say settle, like maybe he's settling for her. How can we just say women are settling when that's your level? I think that's like saying a guy saying, "Oh, I didn't get a Victoria's Secret model, so I settled."
I think settling. Okay, but I think settling for appearance is different in terms of settling for the way someone behaves, so the way someone treats you. If you're settling for someone who doesn't treat you the way you deserve to be treated, who isn't present, who doesn't show up, or treats you the way you want to be treated,
What's up, bro?
then you're settling for yourself. And I think the idea is that we have limited options, which we don't.
So if women hate men that don't treat them right, then why do we all seem to date them?
Correct.
Trauma, generational trauma, a whole bunch of stuff. So many different things.
No.
It's not an excuse. It's genuinely what's going on.
Women are attracted to bad boys.
Yeah.
Right? At a certain age, generally, women are attracted to bad boys. So women see red flags in men. They see a certain type of man. Generally, we know it's not all women, yeah, and they still go for that type of man.
Do you know about attachment theory, by any chance?
Go on.
How we pursue relationships that remind us of our earliest relationships.
It's like anxious attached, like
that sort of thing, right? So especially in terms of like anxious attachment and that sort of thing, you tend to seek relationships where even if someone's treating you negatively, you think you're the problem. So you do anything you can to change yourself to match that behavior, and that's why women stay in relationships, because they have this self-deprecating view of themselves.
So are they broken?
Insecurity. I wouldn't say broken. I don't like the word broken.
Well, because that's what I was just talking about. Broken.
Unhealed. I would say unhealed. No, but I would make that point. I don't think society is broken. I think unhealed and broken are very different things.
I think
so
very
unhealed.
different things.
But you don't think if you keep dating bad partner after bad partner, like maybe it's you. Maybe
do you know how deep the trauma goes for someone to constantly put themselves in that situation where they constantly make the wrong choice?
Yeah, but afterwards.
So deep, and that can be so subconscious. It's so difficult to consciously bring to mind if you don't have the right people talking to you about it, the right therapy.
Or you could just make better,
It's not an excuse. Even if it is an excuse, it's a genuine excuse that people deal with. People
not really.
At the end
I
of the
mean,
day,
I have an anxious attachment style, but I'm not gonna blame that on my poor choices. Like, I'm just gonna say that was a poor choice, and I'm gonna learn from it. I'm not gonna say, oh, that's
blame it on your childhood.
But yeah, like no. I mean, I could do a whole sob story about how I had 10 siblings.
It's not a sob story. You can acknowledge the poor choice and still like see that you can make better. But some people just can't see that.
Or you can just say, oh, this is a poor choice. This is on me. This is my fault. I'm gonna move on.
Some people don't have the ability to be able to do that.
Everyone has the ability.
You make that assumption.
It's a choice.
It's not.
It's a choice.
Some things are so deeply. I'm going to say yes, but I don't like the word broken. I say unhealed.
I also think when you get to an
broken
adult,
women, broken society.
But it's not just broken women, it's broken men, it's broken people.
No, but
it's not just broken women.
Okay, so you're talking about anxious attachment style.
Yeah.
We're talking about women who choose men, right? When women choose men, women have babies by these men, right?
Sometimes.
So generally, women are having babies, right? So if they're choosing these men, having babies by these men, what are these children going to be? That's what I said. What are these children going to be like? Because the next generation that is going to be raised in this society, the next generation that matters in the society is the children. Okay, and so like I said, if the women are broken, you are going to raise a broken society.
And men are involved in that too.
Yeah.
Oh, but hang on. But you were telling me that it's okay to raise a child without a man.
Yeah.
So you're saying men are involved, but you don't want the man involved.
No, I'm not saying that's a blanket.
So then what are we doing here? What are we doing? Are we raising nuclear families, or are we doing the whole single mother thing? Are we being broken? Are we raising broken children? What are we doing?
I don't understand how women are broken because they choose bad men, so that means broken society. But women, bad men, they're just being chose. The bad men are there. That's the subject.
But bad men are broken too.
But the majority of men are good men.
Oh,
it's a very small percentage of men that are sleeping with all the women. Like it's a very if you want a guy that's over 6 foot, that's 15% of men. You want him to be cute, cut that in half. You want him to make money, cut that in half. It's a very small percentage of men that are sleeping with all the girls. Like every girl has a guy in their friend zone that would treat them well, and they know would treat them well, and they know likes them. And it's like we don't pick them, and then we're gonna cry because the guy we picked is bad to us. But you could have picked the guy in the friend zone.
Do mushrooms freak you out? These won't. But it's no wonder shrooms get a bad rap. Word has it, Vikings would eat them before battle, enter a trance-like rage, and go berserk.
No.
They say witches use mushrooms for the dark arts, conjuring spells and potions, turning people in...
Quite religious.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that?
Get what?
Like if it's something like forbidden, do you ever want the forbidden fruit?
Excellent question. What's prohibited is desired. So, okay, as a Muslim man, I cannot have sexual intercourse with a woman outside of marriage, outside of holy matrimony. Would I like to do that? Of course I would. If I said to you, oh no man, I don't like the idea of being able to sleep with an unlimited number of women without any entanglements and any commitments, nonsense. Of course I would like to. You see?
But what I'm trying to understand is like to what degree has it affected you, especially because men in general, of course, would like to have sex with other women, but to you it might be like a little bit more intense, the feeling?
No, well, because I'm married, so I have that outlet. And as a Muslim man, I can have up to 4 wives as well. I had 3 wives at one point.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you that.
Yeah,
Sounds nice.
so, you know, let's shock the audience. I've got 8 children. I had 3 wives at one point when I was 27. I got married when I was 16, 2 wives when I was 25, 3 wives when I was 27, and 8 kids by 30-something, 32 or 31, I can't remember.
Do you not have 3 anymore?
No, so the first 2, we went our separate ways. Now I have 1 wife. I could get married again if I wanted to, but if I'm to be perfectly honest with you, I wasted a lot of time in my 20s, like having wives on rotation.
I can't even handle 1, you handle 3.
Yeah, it's all long. Like
That's it. It's interesting because I'll tell my dad things about the red pill because he's like, "What is red pill?" And like the one thing, because my dad's in the top 1% of earners, and so everyone in the red pill's like, "He's cheating. He has all these side chicks." Da, 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 da. And
there is like nobody in the office today. There's a couple of cases of flu, a couple of cases of COVID.
Let's have these guys try.
Like there was like 8 people upstairs. Didn't come in. Carol didn't come in. Jen took her day off. Like there was nobody there, so I just left like 20 minutes early. Like fucking. I got like one appointment that didn't show, and I had 2 walk-ins all day.
So you could have technically worked from home?
Yeah, and then the one walk-in was the fucking pedophile guy. I'm like, bruh, I told him straight up, like, it's gonna be hard for you to get the job, man. You tested 13-year-old.
Oh my god.
But that wasn't, whatever he did probably wasn't that serious because he only did 4 years. Like
they don't get that much time.
No, I've seen some pedophiles do 12 and 14 years, yo.
That's still not enough time. Like that should be up there with like shooting at somebody.
Yeah, we had one pedophile. I think he did like 14 or 15 years, and I didn't even want to ask him what the fuck he did, yo.
He actually touched them.
Yeah.
This person probably just was doing some fondling or something.
Yeah, and got caught just groping them or filling up on the little
kid. But guess what? He would have if he didn't get caught.
And then this motherfucker like.
That's my thought process. If you'll fondle, you'll touch.
And he's like, oh, because God this and Jesus that, and I'm blessed now, and I'm like, and oh my God. In my head, I'm just like, bro, shut the fuck up with all this religious shit.
Indiscriminately with women.
And I volunteer at the food bank, and I volunteer at the shelter, and that shit don't cover up the fact that you touch little kids.
It's not even vice versa. It's like some of these guys open their DMs, and it's like,
I'm glad you had a good day.
Because my ex-boyfriend was bigger on social media, and so I was.
That's why, and like, I'm not as good as Jen, but I had to ask him, yo, like, I'm just looking at him.
He told you.
I was like, what are your charges?
Would you ladies do that? Would you?
Aggravated assault.
No.
I looked at him, I said, sexual assault?
If you're married,
yeah, he wasn't going to tell me that shit, yo.
The goods.
I was like, dude, you know it's going to be hard for you to get a job, especially in the city. Now, if you can, and he ain't got no car or transportation, I was like, maybe if you can get in a factory somewhere on the outskirts in like some industrial park, maybe. But you ain't got no transportation, and you're trying to work somewhere like on the bus route in the city. I'm like, ain't nobody in Scranton gonna hire you.
Right now.
Right.
You married?
Nobody's gonna hire you.
Do I have a kid?
Yes.
If I had a kid.
Respect the fact that you want to work.
If you didn't tell me this before I had the child.
And then I was right behind the bus, like coming down Garfield.
But I would leave if I didn't have.
Yo, watching the kids get off the bus, yo, this neighborhood, like there was a whole bus. The whole bus is full of kids. There was 2 black kids got off there. Everybody else is fucking Spanish. I'm like, god damn.
How you think I felt today at the pumpkin patch?
I didn't know it was that like that. Like
you know, I was me and Kira with all mixed people there.
I thought we lived in like a mixed neighborhood. No, we live in a Spanish neighborhood, yo.
Yeah, we do.
Our neighborhood is fucking Spanish. Seeing all them kids out there, like,
we live in a white state in a Spanish neighborhood.
That's crazy.
Cause I was looking at work today. I'm like, okay, why? Oh no, one of the clients is black, one of the clients is mixed, and then I'm mixed, and then everybody else is white. And there was like 20, 25 people. So when the other client did show up, I'm like, oh, it's not just us. Then my client, she gonna whisper to me, we on a hayride. She said, "This is the wishing in the woods." I said, girl, no, you knew not to say that shit out loud.
Who said that?
My client, she is black.
Oh,
But
damn.
she said, we in the Wish a Nigga Woods. Because we went for a hayride and we went through a corn maze. It was actually cute. And decorated pumpkins and scarecrows and all types of arts and crafts stuff today. So it was pretty lit. But I had to go all the way to Knoxon.
I don't think I've ever heard of that shit. No.
It's like past Shapertown and all that.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
think
going towards Tunkhannock.
Yeah, I think Shavertown is the furthest I've been up that way. That's where I got that dryer from. Some dude
Yo,
up in
I'm not gonna
Shavertown.
lie. We need to start advertising for everything, like my crafts, your art, Shavertown, Knoxon, Dallas. Knoxon was near like Harvey's Lake.
I know somebody said they live up by
Yo, money, Dallas and Harvey's Lake.
there. I think that's where
Well, Dallas is not as far, but
I think that's where Marcy lives up. Like
in Harvey, I wouldn't be
Harvey's
surprised.
Lake.
Yeah, I could tell they got money out there. Motherfuckers got big old houses, boats. Like everybody's house was nice out there. But yeah, the farm was called Whistle Pig, so I definitely like. They had peppers. They had something lemon jalapeno peppers.
Mhm.
So that was my day. That was my day. Finish your paperwork at the office, and I'm off. I'm glad today was my short day. I'm tired.
I don't know how I missed that lady's email the first time. She emailed me like the next day after that dude told me to send an invoice.
Right.
And I did not see that shit. Yeah, I didn't see it at all.
That's why I was looking for something to do, and I was like, I'll bring it to you. Only because I needed something to do, but it worked out because I did something else.
And she emailed me. She was like,
What's good, y'all?
I'm just looking for that W-9 so I can go ahead and cut this check for you. You know,
Right.
I've just been waiting. Whenever you're ready, I'm like, oh, my bad. I've been checking the mailbox.
Right, like I didn't know. Oh, your homie that I just went to see asked about you, and I told him that you were in the museum, and he said he's gonna try to go check it out with Wifey and the kids.
Oh, what's up, yo?
He was like, yo, tell him I said, because I was like, yo, it's only his art, like only his. It ain't nobody else in the show. And he was like, yo, tell him I said congrats. I'm trying to go see that shit. He was like, I told everybody about his art. I'm like, I bet you do.
Yeah, that nigga bought 2 paintings from me.
He did. He bought 2. That's right. He did.
Yeah, him and
He
his
got one of his mom.
mom. Yep.
Well, she got the one of his mom, but still. But yeah, they definitely, they love you every time he asks about you.
Just tell him like, yo, I don't smoke no more, yo.
He know that. He know that, but he just be asking about your art. But you can probably invite them over to. I mean, you already invited them like
Yeah,
over
twice.
the summer. Yeah, but
I invited him twice and they didn't come. But-
you could bring your kids, bro. It's fine.
And then one of the last times I went over there, he having a cookout at his crib.
And they ain't invite us.
Yeah, so it's just like,
But we got more space. I'm like, y'all got. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but this place is little as shit, and all them kids like, it makes sense for people to come here.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking about this year, having whoever fucks with me, you come up here, and we could do something in the backyard. But last year it was so cold. I'm like, fuck the outside shit.
What, for your birthday?
Yeah, like, you see that thing I posted where like they hired somebody to cook and they just had a nice dinner out back?
Yeah.
I want to do something like that. Or even if it's just us, if we just set up a table and eat dinner out back one day, but...
This nigga like to go outside until she go outside.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
the
like,
bugs,
it's too
but
cold,
babe, the bugs aren't as
bugs and-
babe. The mosquitoes aren't as bad right now. None of the bees aren't as bad. Like it's perfect time. And last winter on my birthday, it was like 8 degrees, and we're outside trying to have a freaking bonfire.
With a bunch of retards.
Exactly. I never again. I think I would only invite one of the people that came back, and you already know who.
Mm-hmm.
And Glenda's didn't come. She had a meeting or something, so she's not included in
I
that.
almost want to ask her, like, what's the purpose of this trip that she got? Like, is there a purpose, or are you just doing that shit?
A solo dolo trip. I didn't finish looking at all of her stuff, but I did see it look very beautiful. The airport. I just saw the airport. Must be nice. Must be nice. Well, I'm gonna go roll up, and then if you want some company, you can let me know. But I'll go roll up. I'm thinking I kind of want some wine. I don't feel like going back out though. I've been out like literally driving all day. I did like an hour and 20 minutes just to driving. But yeah, I'm gonna get up bright and early probably tomorrow because I just don't feel like it tonight. But I did renew it, and I got a video at 5:15, so I can tell them what I need. And then...
A video?
Yeah, because I did a phone call, but they gotta do the video consultation once a year just to go over all of your actual symptoms or whatever. So I paid for it. It was supposed to be $200. It was $160. But that's for the year, so it's not that bad if you break it down over 12 months. But yeah, so I did that, and I didn't have time to do the video because I was with my girl, so I was just like, I can do it later. So she said I could do it at 5:15. Just log on. It's like a 5-minute conversation, and then I'll be good for another year. And I even thought like maybe I should get my ID switched over and just do it here, but I don't like this shit here anyway. Shit is so low potency, so I'll just do that. I'm gonna cop up enough for at least 2 or 3 weeks, chill with my mom for the day, and then probably just get back on the road and come back tomorrow night or Sunday morning, one or the other. But I'm not like staying out there all weekend. I don't even know what we're gonna do. I'm kind of like hesitant because I don't even know what the plan is. But we'll figure it out. But you'll have time to play games and whatever in peace.
Paint.
Well, that too. But I know you're not gonna paint for like. You probably will paint for 8 hours.
Yeah. My next week is gonna be busy. I got therapy and that science fiction thing Monday evening, and then Wednesday.
The podcast.
Oh, fuck.
What else you got on Wednesday? Black Curtain?
No, I got an invite to the Sardoni Gallery for a curator talk. It's the gallery right beside the Circle Gallery. And
Are they at the same time?
I need to look right now.
Yeah, just check and see. Yeah, I know. I got a late training one day next week. I think one day next week I'm working until 7 o'clock. I gotta check my schedule. That's probably why they gave me them early hours this week. Like, oh, we gonna give you off at 3 on Friday because you stay
I'm going
until
to Marywood on Monday too to see about their finances for getting my degree. I'm really gonna like tell these motherfuckers they should just give it to me.
Okay.
Or if you don't, I'm gonna go to fucking Luzerne Community College and they can get all the accolades for saying that I was their student. Where you guys can
you'll go for a lot cheaper.
Yep. Or you guys can help look out for me here. And y'all can get all the accolades and say.
Because if it was that, they would have just been like, all right.
And say, oh yeah, Mr. Prince attended our school, or give me like credits for experience or something.
I don't know if they will. They should. I don't see why not. But like I said, if they were going to, I think they already probably would have. But I'm proud of you.
Well, I'm checking out Marywood first because they're the ones who offered me the position.
No, I don't blame you. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea, and I'm proud of you for even.
How do I look up events? Why can't I even think of her name right now? Fuck.
Who, Krista?
No, she used to be the curator at Alpha. The heavy-set chick who's always around.
Karina?
It's something with a C. It's
Karen or Karina?
No. Fuck. I hate that I can't remember.
The one that's non-white?
No, it's the white girl.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I was thinking about? The one with the glasses. What do you want, Erky butt? Shama said, what up, what up?
Yo, what up, man? Man, I'm trying to see what time this thing is. But my memory fucking sucks. And I'm such a narcissist, I refuse to remember people's names.
At least you know. Y'all heard it first there. Shama said, I'm going to see Five Finger Death Punch and Megadeth today.
Yeah, Five Finger Death Punch.
No, you can get experience credits, Puff, but he already talked to them and they were like, oh, we want you to go for this amount of time. So hopefully this time when he goes back around, they'll be with the shits. But beforehand, they was trying to make him go for 3 years.
Why can't I see anything, yeah?
Shaman said I'm super stoked. I'm telling everybody. I don't know what that is, but
they're heavy metal bands.
Okay.
Five Finger Death Punch.
And Megadeth.
Yeah, they're both heavy metal.
Okay, that's lit.
Yeah, Shaman's into that fucking metal.
So was my client. We were just listening to some damn Metallica before we got out the call. I guess that's metal. That's what's up. Make sure you take lots of pictures.
I can't fucking.
You going with a group of people, Shaman? Or you just going with you and wifey? Yeah, Puff, they need to give him that damn degree. I'm here for it. Give him some more money. Give him his degree, his accolades. He done put that time and that work in. They know.
Like I said, this would be the best year for me to ask for like credits and shit like that because I won a major grant this year that everybody in the community tries to get in. I'm one of the first local artists to have a exhibit at the Everhart.
First local, first black. I don't know the first name.
Let me just look up the Sardoni Gallery. I think that's what it's called.
I kind of want a crown kit. That crown was good.
Yeah, somebody gave me some crown as a gift and I drunk like a third of it.
Really? That's what you want to say? You might be right about that, but normally you drink most of the tequila. So,
yeah, and somebody just got a bottle of tequila and it's gone and I didn't drink any of it.
You did drink some of it.
I didn't drink any of that tequila.
And so what? It's a small bottle of tequila. That was not the big bottle. And I've had that bottle for like a week and a half now.
Why can't I get online with any fucking thing, yo? This is stupid.
So what you're saying basically is that you want some more crime?
No, I don't want anything.
Alright then. Alright, well, I got stuff to do. I'm out. Come on.
Yo, I swear my internet is the fucking worst, yo. Yeah, I ain't really been drinking no hard shit recently. I'm trying to fucking dry up off of that shit. I think I feel like I drank too much, honestly. Might have to do like my man Puff and just have a beer. But honestly, I ain't even really been in the mood for that shit lately. Casamigos. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that shit, yeah. Oh, that shit ain't till November. Okay, I'm good on that then. Yeah, but next week I got like full days of a lot of shit, you know. I'm like, But hopefully, like I say, the simple fact that this university I'm going to see on Monday offered me a position. I didn't reach out to them or anything, didn't try to contact them. Well, first of all, this was the second time faculty from the university reached out to me. Earlier in the year, they reached out trying to purchase a piece of my art, and then they said it was too expensive for them. And then later in the year, they reached out saying, "Oh, we have a art position open, and we wanted to know if you would like to fill this position." And that's when I told them, you know, I don't have any degrees. And their response should have been, "Oh, well, Mr. Prince, you are an experienced artist. You don't need to have any degrees. We can give you our lesson plans, and like you can take like a little bit of coaching on how our classrooms and our courses are structured, and you can just go ahead and start teaching." That's what they should have said, but they didn't. So now I'm gonna go up there and say, "Okay, what do you guys have to offer me? Because, you know, I want to be an art professor. And if you guys don't make it sound good enough, I'll just go get a degree from somewhere else, and you'll lose out on accolades that I would bring to the campus." So I'll try to play it like that. And I'm definitely going to mention that I'm looking at other schools as well. And these guys aren't my first choice because it's not far, but it's definitely not local. It's in the same city that I work in, which is about 30 minutes from where I live. And where I live, like literally down the street, there's two schools. Wilkes-Barre University, King's College. Well, there's three. Wilkes-Barre University, King's College, and Luzerne County Community College. And even the community college has a pretty decent art program. But we'll see how they want to play it. Because I'm going to need all the scholarships and grants and everything I can get my fucking hands on. And plus, y'all need to give me some free credits. So I can change these kids' lives for the better, you know? Be a good black role model for these funky ass kids in the area. Say nah. What do you guys think? Y'all think I would make a good teacher? Yay, nay, maybe so. I mean, even being a art teacher, I won't be getting that Napalm P money. I ain't gonna see. I never see no money like that. But I could definitely at least double what I'm making now annually. Cause I just make like the average salary for, like the average American only makes like 30 something grand a year. And so I'm probably at the higher end, like 36 or 37. And then with my art sales, which haven't been very much for the almost 2 years now because of COVID and inflation, motherfuckers can't really just splurge on art right now. And so I'm right back down to my base annual income, where in other years I can, making 30, pulling in about 37 from my employment, and then maybe like another, like anywhere from like $8,000 to $10,000 a year from art sales and commissions and stuff. Like I was doing like, 40 something. But it's been a while since somebody asked me for a commission, And it just so happened like it was, I don't know, every couple of years I put my prices up because my name gets out there more and my experience and my work just gets better over the years. And so I started out with like my base price for commissions was $300. Then a few years later I put it up to $400. And then like right before the pandemic I put it up to, a $500 minimum on any piece of art that comes from me. And it's like, yeah, people don't got that $500 right now to toss to me. So I remember one time I did a special, and just to get some art sales, I was doing like $200 commissions, and I only had slots for, I think I said I'll do 5 or 6 of them, and I got 5 or 6 commissions, but for $200, it felt like I was busting my ass for a little bit of money. But I might jump on that again and put that deal back out there for people who really do want like some nice, authentic, professional level art created. And there's, like everyone else, we're all on a fucking budget. I just want to get through some of these pieces first that I'm working on, because if I do put it out there and everybody jumps on it real fast, then I'll have to pull away from my own shit. And I don't want to do that right now. Really want to get this next set of paintings done. And I really need a photograph for my next shit as well. So maybe in a couple of weeks I'll put it out like as a Christmas special. And so I'll have a month to get like a few pieces done, and so people can hand them out as Christmas gifts or something. That might be a good little sales tactic, like late October. Like, hey, if y'all want, your Christmas portrait, you got to get it in now so I have enough time to get it finished and complete and shipped to you so you can have it by Christmas for yourself or for a loved one or something like that. But we'll have to see how that shit works out, though. I'm not gonna end the stream, but I think I need a bathroom break real quick. Yeah, inflation is wrecking everything, bro. That motherfuckers ain't got pocket change no more. Anybody got no pocket change? Just be splurging on little dumb shit. Like, I gotta take care of bills and groceries and gas, man. That's all I got money for right now. Bills, groceries, and gas. I can't buy no paintings.
Curiosity for a new challenge into a big win for your brand's awareness.
All right, let me run to the bathroom real quick. Be right back.
No matter what they're curious about. Google Ads turn curiosity into customers.
Welcome back to the Just Pearly Things channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and comment. Today we are going to be watching Kevin Samuels as I go from blue pill to red pill.
And today is his most savage moment. You're average at best. You've seen little clips from this.
Yes, I haven't seen it all the way through. Yeah. So my heart, I got palpitations right now.
This is part of her journey, and you need to let us know in the comments who she's gonna watch next.
My heart rate is going up.
This is vital, okay? Kevin, if you're watching this,
oh goodness,
I'm sorry. Okay. Wait, actually, smash or pass, Kevin Samuels.
Oh, pass.
Continue.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Those were hers.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, are you a PhD?
No, I'm a PhD.
Yeah.
Fine.
Really?
Fine.
What kind of dog is it?
A cane corso.
He's a what?
A cane corso.
What is that in English?
It's a larger dog, and their breed is meant for guarding and protecting. They're very protective of their home and their family.
Okay, so what's your disagreement?
Honestly, I don't have a disagreement. I just came here because I honestly want some advice from you.
Disagreement day.
Oh, I know, but this is my first time catching you on live. Normally, I'm asleep. And
you have a job?
I own a business.
Okay, so I do too.
I do have a question.
But I have a business, and if you wanted my advice, you could always book a session if you can't catch us at the show live.
I was trying to go online earlier.
But all you have to do, man, see, what kind of business do you own?
I own a pet grooming, doggy daycare, and
okay, so what you're basically trying to do is, I have a disagreement day, and you basically came in and said, damn your topic, and ask you what I want to ask. But you were welcome to go on my website and take the time to talk with people one-on-one. What I'm trying to do is rather rude, but I will go ahead and do it because I'm going to use this as a teaching. How long is it?
My issue is, I want to know at what point when I'm just meeting a guy, do I tell him that I'm a business owner? Because my problem is that when I try to date down and the conversation comes up to where I own a business, the guy is either like, hey, can I come join in on you on that business? Or can I put some money and be a business partner? And I'm not looking for that, and I honestly...
Hold on. I need to be clear on this subject. Where are you at?
North Carolina.
If she's unhappy with dating down, why is she dating down? Like, you're putting yourself into that position to date down. Like, when I date down, like... It doesn't make sense.
Where is she finding these men that want to help with their business? I run a business. Yeah. I need a lot of help.
Exactly.
No, I've never dated a guy that's let me.
And that's not the type of guy that you want. Why are you putting yourself in that position to? Why? And I agree with what he said in the beginning. He's running a business, and she would be upset if someone came in and was like, I need help doing something that your business doesn't require, but I'm here and you have to help me. Like, I understand that. Like, that's very disrespectful for her just to be like, come in and get advice. And he's like, but that's not what today is. So, this is going to be interesting.
And you're saying when to tell somebody you own a business?
Because I find when I date down, guys see an interest and want to be like a business partner, and I'm learning that maybe I need a high value man because that's what.
Well, first off,
do you know what a high value man is?
You've said it before.
Yeah.
Is it like a certain like age bracket, tax bracket? That's it. Okay.
So to watch this conversation, you have to like put it in context to know what a high value guy is.
Okay.
So there's 5 things that I butcher every single time, and one of them is income. So he has to make at least $10,000 a month, so $120K per year.
Okay.
Another, he has to have earned that for 5 years or more. He has to have a network of men and other men have to accept him into the group. So it's like a completely different caliber of guy. There's like 1 or 2 more requirements. I can't remember. Sorry, guys.
That's so interesting because I know people who are to become a high value man, and it's like you just think they're operating through life, but no, they're like strategically placing themselves in areas where they can be considered a high value man.
Yeah, because the network's part of it, so you have to.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's very interesting.
Most of the guys, like, he doesn't really count people in your group, and he doesn't really count entertainers either. Really? They're like, I think he would probably consider Jay-Z a high value man because he
does other things other than music.
It's not just. He probably would put Kanye in that too.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe not Kanye only because of the weight. He carries himself, and High Value Mike carries a bit like business etiquette.
Okay.
More, but Jay-Z kind of carries himself that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's why I'm not sure. But
it's a white girl introducing a black chick to Kevin, yo.
Yeah.
Like, she knows all about that dude, and this chick doesn't. And so she's showing her Kevin for the first time.
What kind of man are you talking about? Owning a business is no different than having a job, in my opinion. And I'm not getting what you're saying. When should you? I'm not understanding why this is an issue. If you're
Exactly. Why is telling someone that you own a business? Why is that the issue at hand? Like, you just said, oh, what do you do for work? Oh, I own a business. It just comes up in conversation. I don't understand. Yeah, like if you don't want to tell them you run a business, just say, oh, I work at so and so or work for, because you do. But you don't have to tell them that you own a business. Like.
And these guys that are trying to help out.
Yeah, I'm like, help me start a business. Run my business for me, please.
Okay.
What kind of men are you dating?
I try to give guys that not
You try to do what?
I try to give guys that's not on my level a chance.
Why? What do you mean on your level? What does that mean?
That's making 6 figures or more.
But I don't okay. You try to give guys who are not on your level a chance. Why?
And because I honestly want a 6-figure guy. Is what I'm realizing.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and net it out for you. You ready?
Uh-huh.
The guys you want aren't asking you out.
Technology, computers, and coding are an extremely valuable industry, and I know.
Well, I haven't really put myself out there, honestly.
But you put yourself out there enough for the guys you don't want or beneath you to ask you out.
Those are like guys I met online.
Right. So, again, the men you want are not asking you out. See, you ladies do this. You go and deal with men who you feel are beneath you, and then you ask how to fix them. I'm not beneath you. I don't know how to fix a guy that's down there. That's not my concern. The better question is, why can't you get a guy on your level? That's the real question. Well,
why do you think that do that? So we were talking about that yesterday, how women will go for typically the bum, except for to go for the bum and not go for someone that's more on their level.
Okay, bums have a lot of free time.
That's true.
2, okay, I think there's some girls that like dominating a relationship and they're never feeling competent. And so they like being with someone less than them so they can like shine. And I think 3rd, looks like they can't, because men and women are valued for different things, so guys don't care how much money you make. So that's like a shoe collection to us. Like if a guy has a shoe collection, it's cool.
Yeah. You're not gonna be like, like you got a lot of shoes.
Yeah, because like we're valued more on like how fit we are, feminine and friendly. And you know, she's just not like, what would you rate her 1 to 10?
Oh, don't do that to me, Pearl. All everything off. Be a solid in the middle, 4 or 5.
That's what I would give her.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
So that's which is.
Well, first of all, I would tell you what I said in here automatically is a problem. Why you would come onto a show that you know is a disagreement day? It's selfish. It's like, well, yes, ma'am. It's like, I want what I want. I don't say things for no reason. That's why I asked you questions. You're 35 years old, a business owner. That means you understand what business is, and you know this is a business. And I have a show title, and you said, "Damn your show title, I want to talk to you." But you could have went to my business and booked time to talk to me. But you wanted what you wanted, how you wanted.
I'm sorry.
No, and I'm using this as a lesson. That's the problem with too many of you black women. You don't do shit the right way with black men. That was improper.
That had a conversation like that before about like just black women and black men and why like we can fight in some areas, but when it comes to I guess relationship side of things, it's kind of like there's a disconnect, not with everybody, but with a big chunk of it, it's a disconnect. And I still don't understand why, but I know that I've heard black men say that when it comes to being with a black woman, they have to be on all the time and have to still prove themselves to them, and I have to do that. And so they go for that they don't have to like prove themselves to, and that obviously is not true for everybody, but it's one thing that I have experienced and to believe like there's a standard that black women have that subconsciously we don't know about, that we hold our black men to, and when they don't meet those standards, you're no good, you're just like all these other dudes out here. And it's hard for them to be held to a standard that's not them and not to be given a chance to be themselves. They feel like they have to be this image all the time at work, out in the streets, when they're with their friends, family, whatever. It's like when they come home to their significant other, they want to be able to relax and everything. And so
why? So it's interesting because I was going to ask you if you felt like that was true. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. Obviously not the vast majority, but it's true no matter how big or small it is, and it sucks to hear. And as a black woman, I think about that and I'm like, okay, when I am in conversations or in relationships with or whoever, how am I helping them when we're in the same space together? Am I making them feel inferior to me? Am I making them feel like they have to be on all the time? Or is it a place where they can come and relax and be in solitude when they're around me?
So why do you think that is? I'm not black, so I can't like.
You're
speak.
not.
No, I'm saying like so I can't speak to whether like that goes on or not because it's not.
I don't know why it is. I feel like it shouldn't be that way. I feel like all people should understand just basically what it is to be black and what we like experience throughout the world daily, and we should be able to not have to put that on black men when we are in a relationship with them or just in a space with them. But I think it comes from society, and we subconsciously do it and we don't know we are doing it. And someone says something and you're open to listen and understand it and evaluate yourself, like, okay, do I do these traits subconsciously because it's what my mom told me, my grandma told me, like this is how it should be, and you're not open to really think about it. You're going to keep doing it. You're going to be like, no, you're wrong. I am who I am. I'm going to do how I do it. If you can't meet me where I'm at, then you're inferior to me and I don't want you. And it's like, how are we supposed to build up somebody if we're not able to grow ourselves? And then we wonder why they leave and go get anybody else in a different race. And it's like we always say like, oh, of course he went there, of course he went there. It's like think about why. It's not just because, oh, they're white, they're Mexican, they're Chinese, or whatever it is. There's something that, as Black women, we're doing to push them away, or there maybe have been something that happened to them by a Black woman that pushed them away. And it's just like, you have to consciously evaluate yourself and ask yourself why. I would, yeah.
And even when I told you the right way, you still were like, well, whatever. So I'm gonna use this. When was the last time you had a relationship?
Like the end of last year around December.
How long did it last?
A year.
A year? And was that man, did you go to college?
Did I go to college?
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay, and how long have you owned your own business?
9 years.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, hi, good afternoon. My name is Joni from Destination Homes. Am I speaking with Travis?
Yes, you are.
Oh, hi, Travis. I hope you're doing well today. I hope I am not disturbing you right now. Yeah, I was just actually doing a follow-up just to check if you were able to receive or if my manager already reached out to you or contacted you in regards to your property at 711 Creekview Drive.
No, I haven't heard anything from anyone recently.
Oh, okay. Yep, I'll be doing a follow-up in regards to this one. So I just need some, how will I say this? I just need some few information for us to be able to come up with an offer. This property at 711 Creekview Drive, the property is actually in good shape, correct?
Yes.
All right, very good. Now, this includes the bathroom, kitchen, plumbing, the roof, everything, correct?
No.
Okay. Does it need like minor or major fixing?
Some minor work. It's actually a mobile home. It's not.
Mobile home.
Yes, it's not a standard house.
Okay, no problem. And how many beds and bathrooms does it have?
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom.
Okay, 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. All right. And let me see here. Give me a minute. All right. I just really need to fill in this information. And are there any lease for this?
Any what?
Are there any lease?
Lease? No. I own the house and the property outright.
Perfect. Okay. And do you know how many acres for the land area?
It's a half of acre.
Half acre. Okay. Great. All right. So this is actually what I'll be doing. I'll be forwarding this information to our finance team, and then I'll get back to you with an offer. Okay. But do you have a price in mind so that we can, check as well?
Do I have a price in mind?
Yes.
Yes, 50,000.
50,000. All right, cool. So I'll get back to you. Perhaps I'll be giving you a call back in 30 minutes. If you want, you can actually save my number so that when I call you back, you won't be, how do I say this? You won't be thinking, who is this person calling me again? Okay?
Oh.
By the way, my name is Joni. That's Jonie, and I am from Destination Homes. Okay?
Okay.
I'll be calling you back later on.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye for now, Travis. Bye-bye.
And how long have you been making 6 feet?
Let me get that 50 grand. Cause I paid $3,500 for the property, and I paid $7,000 for the trailer. So I have like $11,000 in the property altogether. If you give me 50 for it, you can have that shit. Straight up. And I'll take that 50 grand and I'll go buy another piece of land somewhere. They're gonna be like, sir, we can give you 18. No, thank you. I'll keep it. Because I'm actually thinking that next year I'm going to do the renovations on it myself and just rent the property out. Is what I have in mind right now. And it'll take a couple years to get 50 grand. Like if I do rent it out, it'll take a couple years to earn 50 grand off of it. But hey, it'll be like just passive income. You know what I'm saying? I can use some passive income right about now. And they called me like, I don't know, like almost a month ago. Hello, we're looking for the owner of this property. Yeah, it's me. And I told him that shit a couple months ago too. Give me 50 grand. It's yours. You can have it. I'll definitely settle for 50. Like I said, I'll immediately go buy another little piece of property somewhere for about the same thing, like 5-6 grand. I'll try to find another little half an acre somewhere, a little patch of land, scoop that shit up and just sit on it. So this should be interesting. And then that's crazy. Like, is my little hometown really growing like that? Where just investors are trying to scoop up land everywhere? And that really makes me want to keep the property. Like, who the fuck are you guys? And why in the hell are you trying to buy up all this land in this little ass rural town? You know? I just got my taxes, my property taxes a couple weeks ago. Yo, all I pay a year on that property is less than $500 in taxes. But and a couple years ago, I had somebody else called me and asked about it, like just randomly like that out the blue. Are you the owner of this property? Yeah. Are you willing to sell it? I told that motherfucker $75,000 because I didn't know if that shit was a scam or what. Like, who the fuck? Yeah, you want it? Give me $75,000. You can have it. But we'll see what this property firm right here is talking about. But that's weird, yo. Like, I don't know, motherfuckers want that little piece of land bad as shit. I don't know. Like I say, that shit just makes me want to keep that motherfucker. Just because somebody else wanted it so bad. And then I should have went up too in price. Because I threw out a number and they're going to come back with a counter offer and like, well, we can give you, like I say, like 27 or something. I'm good, man. Because the value has gone up in a couple of years. And that's the one thing they don't make no more is fucking land. You know, you just can't. Well, the Chinese figured out how to make land. They just take all their trash and shit and dump that shit out in the ocean and make an island out of it. It's pretty smart to make more land. But in that area where my property is at, man, y'all ain't making no more land around that shit. And like I said, I just don't want to get that shit up for peanuts either. So if they don't offer me 47 or something, I'm good. I'll just keep my little piece of property. Keep my little half an acre. And plus the property I have here, and I'm definitely not sitting on that half an acre right now, but it's like I actually forgot how big my lot is. I think my lot is like 6,000 or 7,000 square feet. Something like that. And then the square footage of my house is 2,496. 2,496 square feet of home. And then, like I say, with the front and backyard, that's like an extra 4,000 or 5,000 square feet, something like that. I can't remember. I haven't looked at my deed in a long time, but like I said, I brought that property in South Carolina for a couple bucks, like $3 grand or a little bit more than $3 grand. And the last time I checked the value on it, it went up to like $8,000 or $9,000. And then, like I said, I put a old ass used mobile home on it that I was gonna fix up, and I still haven't gotten around to fixing that shit up, but. Like I say, it is what it is. I just been Lars Banks, I read that they were trying to hedge inflation through real estate. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, they can come up off that 50 grand, yo. I'll give it up, man. Even honestly, for that, I still like. There's something just telling me to keep that shit in the family, yo, and just have it. Cause once again, man, motherfuckers, ain't no new land popping up nowhere. So I can fix that house up on there and rent it out, or have it as a family home for the next generation. I got a bunch of my niece, my nephew, and all my cousins. Everybody got kids now. It can be like a starter place for somebody in the family. That's how I look at it. So, so somebody don't got to start from zero. Yeah, everybody I know who even got a little bit, we still had to start from zero. Like, it's, motherfuckers in my family haven't had the ability to pass land down. It's just, recently, like, a couple of my aunts got some land now, and I got a little bit of land. I really think like we should hold that shit for the upcoming generation. I don't know, I'm so torn on this shit right now. And then she told me, oh, I'm gonna, send it to our team and so they can put some numbers together and we'll call you back with an offer. I'm gonna reject that shit. I'm telling you, if it's not 50 grand or 47, anything less than 47, I'm good. And then in another couple years, y'all can call me back. When property values continue to go up and everything gets worse and worse, that shit is an asset. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a major asset. Man, look. I ain't trying to negotiate too long with these numbers. That's why I should have said 55, and y'all give me 50. Cause for this shit, I ain't with the back and forth. I'm not with the back and forth, guys. Well, I talked to our financial team and they said we can offer you 32. I'm good. Click. I ain't even trying to. If the number ain't where I want it, I'm just hanging up. I'm good. I might even block your number. And she talking about you can save my number in your phone so you know when I'm calling. And I bet y'all need to save your number in my phone. I don't got motherfuckers calling me from that area code with numbers like that on a daily basis. I know who the fuck you is. That's why I answered that shit just now. Cause that number is not saved in my phone, but I remember the last time y'all called from that same area code in that city, so. First thing when I seen, it must be these property people again. Trying to bamboozle me out of my land. No thank you, sir. No thank you, sir. No thank you, ma'am. And thanks for trying, but y'all can just lose my number. Please take my number out your database or whatever, however the fuck y'all got hold of me. Just go ahead and, subtract me from your calling list and don't reach out to me no more. Unless y'all got 50 grand. Cause then if I hold that shit for another 5 or 6 years, like I say, especially honestly, next year I wanna fix that shit up. If I renovate that shit and find a tenant next year, I'm not selling that shit. You know what I'm saying? And the most I would do if like I said, if something were to happen where a family member or somebody really needed somewhere to live, I would just have to tell my tenants, hey, I'll give you like 5 or 6 months to find somewhere else to live, but I need this property back for something else. Simple as that. Some motherfuckers be giving people like 30-day notice, or you gotta leave, we're gonna sell this house in 30 days. Like, nah, I wouldn't never do nobody like that. Especially like how shit is hard. And that's why I really want to rent it out, cause man, the cost of living so high and it's so hard for people to find a decent place to rent right now. I know I can get a tenant easy. And for the size of that property and that house, I can get like at least $600 a month off of that shit. And like I say, the taxes on ain't nothing but $200, like $300 a year. I'll be Gucci. Should I even have played around with the idea of just renting this house out that I'm in now and moving back down there and fixing that shit up and living in that motherfucker and making, because I can make more money off of this being a rental property. I can rent this shit out for at least a stack a month. I mean, it's 5 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms. You're right down the street from 3 colleges, grocery stores, hospitals, businesses. Like, this isn't a terrible place to live. And there's tons of amenities literally in walking distance. So for this spot, I know I can get at least, I'll say on the very, very, very low end, like $900 a month. On the high end, I could probably rent this shit out for like 11 or 12. Cause I got a big house, you know. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, definitely it can. I stay up on Zillow's for my neighborhood that I'm in right now because there's a lot of like renovations and shit going on in my neighborhood, and so the house that's like not directly across the street from me, but like catty corner from me, somebody's been fixing that shit up for the better part of the year. They've been doing renovations on it, and like last week they actually put the for sale sign on it. And I got a Zillow notification, and they said they want $224,000 for that house. And my property right now is listed, I think they said it's like worth 180 something, 186. And that's because I could do a lot more to fix this up. Like I could finish the basement. If the basement were finished and I redid the kitchen, that's an extra fucking 40 grand I can add on to that shit right there. At least the extra 30 grand. And so my shit would go from goddamn, 180 to like 210 or something. And there's a new construction. It's not far from me, and it looks like, I don't know, I can't really tell what it is, but it's a huge ass fucking lot, and they're building like this super big ass steel frame building. It looks like it could be like maybe like a small medical facility or I don't know. I really don't know, and I didn't do like a deep search, but I did like just try to Google like new construction in my area, and I looked at the city's website, and initially I didn't see like what this thing is gonna be, but it's big. Whatever the fuck it is, it's gonna be a big place, and it's literally like, I want to say 5 minutes, but maybe not even 5 minutes, like 3 minutes from where I live is like down the block and around the corner, like wherever the fuck this shit is gonna be. But you can just tell by like how big the foundation and like all the extra land that's around it. It's gonna have a huge ass parking lot, and whatever the main building is, this shit is like a big ass 2-story middle frame building. Like, so Now I think I really have to find out what the fuck that shit is. What is it going to be? Because no matter what it is, it more than likely is going to add value to the city, which is going to add value to the surrounding neighborhoods, especially if here's these people calling back. Hello.
Hi, Travis. It's me again, Joni from Destination Home.
Hey.
Thank you so much for accepting the call. Yeah, I'm still actually waiting for a reply from our finance team. Would it be possible for you to send us a picture of the property? Do you happen to have one? Can you send it through our email so that we'll be able to, how do you say this? It could actually help us come up with an offer.
I don't have any current photographs of the property. It's located, well, you know where it's located, and I live in Pennsylvania. So I can't just walk over there and take a picture of it.
All right. Now, if in case, we are not able to come up with the amount that you're actually asking, the $50,000, would you be interested in having it listed instead? The good thing here is that you don't need to go through the hustle of, looking for a buyer. So our partner agents will just go ahead and help us in the list this, and then so that you'll be able to, get the amount. You don't need to pay any attorney fees or any title work fees. Pay any cost.
No, thank you. I could have it listed, or I could have had it listed, but I don't want to do that. And the only reason I'm talking to you is because you contacted me. I'm not actively trying to sell the property at all.
Oh, okay.
No, so yeah.
All right.
And
I understand.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm firm on that number. It's a small town. They're not making any more land anytime soon, and I can just keep it for family and pass it down to next generations and just have property in my family.
Yes.
So if you guys couldn't give me what I want for it, there is no conversation.
Okay, no problem. But I still truly appreciate you for answering the call for me.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you again, all right?
No problem.
Have a nice day, too, and please stay safe.
You
okay?
too.
Bye for now.
Bye. Try to fucking play me. Oh, we can list it for you. Nah, bitch. If I didn't call you, if I wanted to list a property, I would have listed the property for sale. And try to play all these word games and give me all this advice and we can do this at no cost to you. I don't give a fuck what you can do. It's in a small town and they're not making any more land anytime soon. So don't play these fucking games with me. You're gonna give me the 50 grand for the property or don't call me anymore. And no, I don't want you to go appraise it and have it listed for me. It's all good. I could have been did that my damn self. I'm not actively. So. Toodaloo, sayonara, suckers. Can you send us a picture so we can, have a better way to. I'm not sending you shit. I'm sending you nothing. At all. Now next year when y'all call me, Mr. Prince, that shit gonna be 70 grand. Cause shit ain't gonna get cheap over time. Shit just gonna get more expensive. More expensive. She sounds hurt. She ain't hurt. She just I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that speaks like that, but most people are like, oh yeah, sure, they'll do this and do that. And at the same time, everybody else knows the drill right now. We about to be in a recession. Motherfuckers ain't just trying to get up off their properties and sell their homes and sell their patches of land and shit, man. This shit, man, we about to be some hard times, and shit might get worse over the next couple years. Think I'm just about to get that shit up for a few fucking pennies? So y'all can go resell that shit for whatever you want for it, or try to build on it and then make, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm good. Ain't about to fucking play me. I'm good. I'll be alright. And if I get desperate enough, which I really hope I never am, I'll list this shit my damn self for sale. Like I said, I didn't actively reach out to you. I wasn't searching for you motherfuckers. Y'all keep hitting me up. He says he's pretty firm on the price. Offer him 47. Like I say, if they really call me back with some, oh well, we'll give you 47 blindly, cause I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, it's an old ass trailer. It's like an 85 or 86 model. It's an old trailer, old mobile home, but it does have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, and it is set up on, the property is already prepared for a trailer. It has a septic tank and everything, but I don't think the septic is actually hooked up, which wouldn't be a big deal, just, connecting pipes and shit and water lines and stuff. But y'all can give me a blind 50 or nothing. And y'all an investment firm. That shit ain't gonna hurt your fucking pockets if y'all take a little loss on the front end. Y'all better go try to con somebody else out their land. Try to snatch somebody else's generational wealth. Fuck that. I say very, very few people in my family own anything. I ain't trying to keep that shit going, man. We gotta break this cycle some kind of way, one way or another, man. I gotta sell a painting for $1 million. Do something different, cause ain't nobody got shit. I don't want that shit to keep going on like that for fucking ever. Somebody gotta get a head start. Sometime, goddamn. Can't nobody get a head start? I'll just be wanting somebody to be like, oh yeah, well, when I graduated college, my dad gave me a car and a house. That's how that shit should be. Instead of you trying to bust your ass, work a job, and pay back all your student loans and all your debt, and try to pay rent and all this other shit, or start a mortgage, man, that shit be too much. And that's why niggas still ain't got shit, cause we don't got nothing to pass down. Time to break some of these cycles, man.
I thought I took beef stew out, but I took beef ribs out. So we got beef ribs, salmon, sausage,
Oh damn. Yeah, you really did say beef stew. I was looking forward to that shit.
I know that's how I was thinking about going to get some, so you're not crying about it.
No, I mean, if you took something else out, it is what it is.
I thought the beef ribs was beef stew. I thought we had beef stew, didn't you?
I'm almost certain I brought a pack of beef cubes.
I thought you did, and that's what I thought it was, because it was folded up. You put the beef away this time.
No, I last time I did grocery shopping, you put all the meat away. I took it downstairs, but you separated everything.
Yeah, but I had it laying out, and the way it was in the freezer, I don't know. Maybe it was me, but normally when I pack the ribs, I pack them like very specific. I'm not blaming anybody. It doesn't matter because it's over now. But I thought it was beef stew, nonetheless. So, but I didn't buy any beef stew today. I bought salmon and beef franks and them cheddar brats that we like. I bought a bunch of shit, but I didn't buy any steaks or beef stew. So I can make it on Sunday. Or if you really got a taste for it today, I'll just grill all that food. I won't cook again until Monday, and we'll have beef stew and grilled food.
No, either way, that does not matter to me.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry now, though.
I know, and I know you had a taste for beef stew. That's why I'm like, let me come up here and tell him, because if you really want it, it's fine.
No, it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter what I have for dinner.
I'll make it for you on Wednesday.
On what?
On Wednesday. Because we're going to have enough food probably until Monday. And then on Monday, I was planning on making some ziti. And that'll probably last like 2 days. So
yeah,
I can make that on Wednesday for you. And then that should last like a day or two.
And that thing I sent you to, that shit ain't till November. I don't know why I was thinking that shit was like coming up.
The local thing?
Yeah, at the Sardoni Gallery.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's November the 2nd. Now, I didn't check to see what day that was, but I'm pretty sure it's probably a weekday. A curator discussion panel.
That's good. You'll be able to do everything and not be spread thin.
Exactly. That's why I was like, oh my God, if that, I don't know why I thought it was coming up sooner than that. I'm like, that's just.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that day I work until 5 or 6, but it's cool.
But into the end of the year, I really got to stay like on top of like all the little art shit, and so I can keep promoting my exhibit and keep pulling these accolades up. Like I said, that shit would look better for me if I tried to get back in school.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm here to support you, so if you need some help, definitely.
And that's why I went to the Circle Gallery. Like I haven't showed. There's this it's a really nice gallery. I just haven't shown there in how long? Like that was last year sometime. And they have shows like every month. But I was like, let me go ahead and even put some shit back in that show. But I saw some art in there, and it's gonna be a jury show, and I'm almost certain like that other art looked good. Yo, I should have put a portrait in there instead of putting those still lifes. Cause as soon as I was dropping my shit off, I was like, damn, yo, that shit was looking so nice. And I know I kind of got a feeling what artist that is, cause I've seen their shit before, and it's really good, really really good stuff. But I like the competition. Yeah, I like the competition though, cause if I ain't number one, I don't get. This is one thing I can almost say without with confidence.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
If I'm not number one, I'm always in the top 3. I don't give a damn. So y'all can take whatever prize. Y'all gonna have to give me an honorable mention or a second place or some shit. I'm not leaving without being recognized. I know that much. You're gonna have to at least acknowledge my shit. Like, it was a tough decision this year. And the winner goes to such and such. Honorable mention, Travis Prince. Thank you. I'll take that. I'll take an honorable mention every time.
Facts. Let me get that.
One time I did get an honorable mention, and my opinion, my shit was the best in the show. And I was like, who got the grand prize? I looked at that shit like, man, come on, man.
I definitely understand.
You know the like kaleidoscope effect? Somebody took some pictures and just made them into like kaleidoscopes where it like repeats, and it's cool. It was a cool pattern, but it's just like it's a photograph and you put it through like some kind of filter on a computer to generate this kaleidoscope shit. That's not like, I mean,
art is art, but yeah, they didn't take that time and those hours and making oil painting layer by layer.
That's the only time I felt slighted ever. Any other time is just like, like I said, I'm in the top 3. At the worst case scenario, I'm in the top 5.
Right. No, definitely this year you've never been in the top 5. You've always been number 1 or top 3. And when you're top 3, there's not even one best. It's just like, oh, all
Everybody's
the
good,
best.
and I know I'm not the super greatest artist. There's
no, but you are. It's just the fact that there's
other
like,
really good artists around.
It's
yeah.
just like the music industry. Everybody wants to be the best, but there's J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, and I'm gonna listen to all of them
and they're
the
all
same way.
Really good and just different in their own ways.
Exactly, like because those are like the artists from my time, like that I watched grow up, that I grew up with, and I love all of them. I love music, so it's like, yo, there's room for everybody to shine.
Yeah.
But typically, you're the only northerner, typically the only black person, and typically the only black man. So, I mean, there's a lot of firsts for everything. Like,
yeah. I say a couple months ago over the summertime, there was like a little art festival on our square, and we walked around, and there was just this couple, and they art just was like the fucking shit, yo.
And she was better than him.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal too, but when you saw her, it was like, wow.
Babe, I'm telling you, the shit I saw it gotta be her shit, yo.
And they painted black people well. That's what actually impressed me.
Soon as I only seen it was 2 of them, and I seen the one kinda, and the other one was kind of like leaning like this way, and I was like, yo, that's that lady's art, yo. Cause that shit was too nice. It was too nice.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You know, their art is literally the shit.
Yeah, they're really
Some of
good.
the best of the best.
Exactly.
Of the best.
And so, if I come in behind them, I do not feel bad.
Right, come on number 2 to them.
And they're both college educated in art, and they already and they already run their own studio, and they've been doing like this shit for a long time, longer than I have probably. And I think
it can definitely happen for sure. Like, I believe that. And I feel like you've been the shit, but ever since you had the solo show at the Leonard, after that, like you had your first solo show, I feel like after that it was just up from there.
Mm-hmm. Well, right before we started dating, I had a solo show at the old Alpha, and it was I really think a lot of people took notice to me right then. And I had this one young guy. Matter of fact, he went at my Instagram and sent me a message earlier. But as soon as he came in, he was like, "I know you from somewhere." He's like, "You're an artist?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I met you somewhere before, like some years ago." And cause he say he does cover music for bands, and he played a guitar. He's like, I was at some event downtown, and I seen your art, and I asked somebody who you were, and I met you already. I'm like, it had to be at that show, yo, at that Alpha show.
Yeah, I didn't know you had a solo show before that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It was like the old Alpha Gallery was the fucking shit, yo. That place was literally so nice, and they gave me a nice show in there.
I mean, yeah, the one you had at the Leonard, like literally 200 people. That shit was crazy, and that's just what we got.
And that was on the first Friday where, you know, there was art all over the city, and still that many people trickled into my shit.
Yeah. And you made more than a couple $100 in like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, and every time you do something else, then it's just up from there and up from there. So, you know. But I'm done stroking your ego now. I'm going to go cook your dinner, babe.
Yeah, I'm probably how long I've been here? Already 2 hours. I might take a break. I need at least a snack or something. I feel hungry.
I can bring you something. I don't know what you want. I got celery today.
No, matter of fact, you can bring me them pretzels off my side of the bed. And I'll snack on those for a minute.
Yeah, I'm not rushing you. I do want to spend a little bit of time with you, but we can spend time on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll probably do like another 30 minutes maybe. Sit here and see if this Jody or Julie or Joni, whatever her name is, see if she comes back.
I'm probably gonna actually do crafts all day on Sunday because I need to pour some more. I have no excuses now. I have everything literally laid out. Paint and pretzels, lovely kind.
Try not to eat too much paint.
Yeah, I see him tweaking out. He did it to himself.
Put it on the unpainted side.
Paint and pretzels. That sounds like a company.
Mm.
So I brought up to my boss today. There's a doll museum in Pittston that I was telling you about.
There's a what?
A doll museum.
Oh yeah.
And then I seen something for pottery classes for adults only, and all the clients are adults. So I was like, I seen something for pottery classes, and it's for adults only. What do you think? She said, I think that's a lovely idea, and I'm not good at that type of stuff. She was like, so call them, find out how much. I said, how many people? She said 15 adults and their DSPs who won't be participating, just helping them. She said, find out how much, tell them thank you, and we'll get back to them. So she was like, anytime you have any ideas for activities, and she's about to open up a position for the activities coordinator, which means I'll still have like 2 or 3 days a week with my clients, but then the other 2 days a week I'll be in the office and like I said, planning the activities and the physical stuff. And I obviously will get paid more. So
well, for a service like that, events coordinator seems
necessary.
Logical. Like, what are you gonna do with these people all day instead of just driving around?
And because it's wintertime is coming.
Yeah, y'all need to have somebody who already has like all kind of shit laid out and planned out.
Everybody should have a membership to the Y. Almost all of us have Planet Fitness memberships, and I have the black card. So my one girl client, because my one client, he don't want to really do nothing but his couple of little things. Like, he won't do nothing but go inside of stores. If he can push a cart, he's fine. But like, he don't want to like go walk around the mall or be around people. Like most of those community outings, my other client, he wasn't there today. But my girl client, she's very like bubbly. So she's pretty much down to do anything. Like, if we can ride out and listen to music and get her some coffee, she don't care what we do. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, I took her to play basketball on Monday, and we walked for like 2 miles. And not only is she losing weight, everybody around her sees that she's losing weight, and she feels good about herself. So like, I mean, shit, even me, I'm like, walking 2, 3, 4 miles a day, so it's good for me. But I'm like, yeah, we could take them to the gym. Like, they don't have to lift weights. They can get on the treadmill. They can ride the bikes. We already do art in the park. So that's that. We already always have at least one art day out the week. And today, like I said, we stuffed scarecrows or made scarecrows, and they got to like put eyes and mouths and shit on them. And then we got to go on a ride, pick out their pumpkins, and then decorate their pumpkins. So we do a lot of artsy stuff, but the physical stuff, I think that we definitely need to enhance, like, because a lot of them need to lose weight. And then for the other ones, they're small and they need to gain muscle. So, like, either way.
Mm-hmm.
Did we see your watch? No, we didn't see your watch. What you got?
No, I saw it. He texted to me.
Oh, he said, yeah, he saw it.
A hacker, motherfucker got a hacker watch.
Watch.
I just seen it.
Is your hacker watch gonna get hacked?
I seen the screenshot. I didn't click on it on the link though. I do gotta click on the link and see what the fuck that shit is about.
Okay.
Tell me he got himself a new gadget. This motherfucker think he got damn James Bond in this bitch.
Indeed.
007.
I wonder how much more they would pay for that position too. I'm definitely applying for it. I'll be perfect. But all I heard was more money. That's all I hear. And once I finish the certification, which I'm actually gonna work on some more tonight, that's an extra $1 an hour. And then if I do that, I don't know how much more that'll be on top of it, but I'm like, whatever I can get. Is there something else I can take? She said she'll pay for me to take the American Sign Language classes, or she said you get them for free. And I'm like, neither one of my clients need ASL, but I would definitely do it. Just because why not? Like, It's just one thing to add to the resume. Like, yeah, bitch, I know sign language too. And I'm a behavioral technician. What else? And a massage therapist. What else?
Yeah, like, when we had our job fair at work, we had this family come in, don't speak no English at all. So we had to call Erica from upstairs.
To translate. And that's my next thing, because I just made 2 Hispanic friends that both speak. One, her family's in the Dominican Republic, and the other one, she's Puerto Rican, but she's from America. But either way, like, they both speak fluent Spanish. And you know what's funny is they both want to learn how to cook. So I was like, look, if y'all teach me Spanish, and I'm dead ass, I'm like, if y'all teach me Spanish, I'll teach y'all how to cook. Is that not a fair exchange?
Mm-hmm.
The one, she got a black boyfriend. She said she don't know how to cook soul food. I said, honey, either you got it or you don't, but I'll teach you. Eating paint, baby oil. But yeah, so I'm excited. We got a long week next week too. Like, we got a thing with the dance studio and they're gonna give us dance lessons. So it's fun. Like, we be doing, I'm not gonna lie, like, my job is fucking fun as shit. We be doing shit. But after being at this smelly ass farm all day, I was like, it's time to come home.
It was smelly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, most farms smell like farm animals.
It actually didn't smell bad in the front, but once we went through the corn maze, you started to smell it. But it was cool. Like I said, we got to like just go pick pumpkins and just kind of hang out. And we stopped and ate lunch before, so everybody was eating lunch, but I made her bring a snack because if everybody else eats, she always want to eat. So I was just like, bring your snack. So she did good. She had honestly, a great day. I was proud of her. She walked like at least 5 or 6 miles this week, which is the most she's walked in I don't know how long.
Okay.
Yeah. I said, you want to play basketball again next week? She was like, yeah. So I planned out her week for next week, and we're just going to go play basketball. And I don't know what else, but I'm like, we better get it in while we can, because we got a couple of weeks left before it's over.
Mm-hmm. And once that shit dip below, like, 35, it don't come back up.
Exactly. I didn't realize we have an old client, too. Like, most of them are in their 20s. There's one that's in his 30s. This lady's like in her 50s or 60s.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, damn. Yeah. But I love that shit, though. She literally made my whole day when she was like, because she normally cancels, and she was going to get kicked out of the program, but she hasn't canceled not one day on me since we've been together. And she was with one of her other coordinators from her group home, and then her case manager, and then, of course, my big boss, who was the boss of everybody, and then me. And she was just like, yeah, I haven't canceled in 2 weeks. She was like, because I really like you. And I was just like, oh my God, like my heart was just like, I was melting. I was like, I like you too. And she really meant that shit, because if you look back at her record, she's canceled on literally everybody else. And every day that I've had this girl, she has not canceled, not once.
Oh, wow.
But that's why representation matters.
Mm-hmm.
She just can't believe she has somebody who looks like her, that likes the same music as her. I'm like, yeah, girl, there's a lot of us out here. So, yeah, that made me feel good. And then one of the other clients came over, was just holding my hand today. And I'm like, I haven't seen you in like 3 weeks, but I'm glad you remember me. You jealous? Mm-mm. All right, come on. We need to go make Travis some food. You gonna cook? You gonna like the girl for me? She like, bitch, why? You need to learn how to do something. Take out some trash, wash some dishes. Do you need something to drink, man?
I got some water somewhere up here.
Is this old water? This looks old.
Water don't get old.
I mean, this looks like a very old bottle of water, but if you're not concerned, I'm not big. Make your immune system strong, that's all. Alright, do you need anything from the store?
No. She said this water looks old. Had to tell my stepson that shit one summer he was here, and like, it was like right before he went to bed, he didn't finish a bottle of water, and it was just sitting on the coffee table. And then like the next morning, I think we were getting some breakfast ready or something. He was about to throw a whole half a bottle of water in the trash. I'm like, bro, what you doing with the water? He was like, oh, it's old. It was sitting out since last night. I'm like, my nigga, You better pour that shit on some ice if you want it cold, or drink that shit out. Nah, fucking water ain't old. What the fuck wrong with you? You just drank that shit last night. We have such a wasteful mindset, yo. That shit is not appealing. God. He told me I don't drink old water neither. Damn. I got 2 bottles of water right here, right now. I don't know how long they've been sitting here. But I'm still gonna drink them motherfuckers, I tell you that. And if I have a bottle of water up here that I don't drink, I'll use it for my art. Like if I'm working with some acrylics or something that I can wash out with water, I'll use one of the bottles of water that's just sitting around. I'm not letting that shit go to waste. And then sometimes if like bottles of water sit downstairs too long, man, I pour that shit in the doggy bowl. The dog will drink it. She can't tell the difference in old water.
Do more.
The last 3.
Okay. Why do you need a man making 6 figures?
Because I'm finding out that the guys that I date it's not working out.
But why, if you're making 6 figures, why do you need a man to make 6 figures? Do you want him to support you in your lifestyle when you can clearly support yourself? If I'm like, this is for this women, like, why is it essential? You're making money and have money yourself. Why is it essential that a man needs to make that exact money? Like you have said, a big bracket, and you're taking this the scale of men and you're minimizing it to a handful that they need to make 6 figures. I don't know what the stats are on that, but that is a handful of men, and you want a particular man, and when you have these qualifications, making the pool smaller and smaller.
Are you hot enough to ask for that? Are you like
yeah, like
I don't know. I don't think she's hot enough to be making these requirements.
It comes to a certain standard. You have to meet yourself to be able to ask for that type of man. So
what does that have to do with money?
Turn a search for alternatives into more customers for your business. Google Ads lets you get in front of the right audience based on what they're curious about. Google Ads. Turn curiosity into customers.
I hate when they don't let you skip.
PC medical coding students are 3 times more likely.
Boring. How'd she get in here? With AAPC, you have way higher odds of passing on your first try.
Because I feel like I need a guy that I can respect and admire, and I'm ambition, and I want a guy that has that drive too. And when he doesn't, I find myself, encouraging him like, hey, babe, you can do this and you can do that. And then,
all right, so
he may say it. And does it make 6 figures can meet those qualifications?
Yeah. I know a lot of driven guys that make $70K a year. That's great. 60, like, that's still above average.
Exactly. Like, the qualifications that she just listed off, a man does not have to make 6 figures to meet those qualifications.
Like, why do you only respect him if he makes that much money? Like, when my mom met my dad's a really hard worker. He wasn't making, he was broke.
Wow. Like, started from the bottom now.
Yeah, but like, that's the thing, like, girls don't look for qualities. They look for the guy who's already made it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. My dad has always been a hard worker. He's always been a workaholic.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of females are not willing to be a ride or die chick.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you see him, if you see his ambition, his drive, and he's at the bottom, are you going to stick it out and be with him when he goes through the struggle and goes through the no's and ups and downs, to where in the end he is making 6 figures or more? Like, are you willing to be there, or do you just want the trophy at the end?
Or even if he doesn't, say he stays 60, 70, like police officers, firemen, those are, I'm a big uniform type of gal.
If you wear a uniform, holla at Pearl.
I'd be lonely. I'm just kidding. But not really.
She's joking, but she's not.
God, just keep going.
North Carolina, what percentage of the population, what percentage of men in this country make 6 figures or more?
I think it's like 5%. I'm not.
Closer to 10. So, 10%. All right. So, the question is, what do those men who make that kind of money, who all women tend to want, what do they want?
I feel like they want arm candy, somebody who can have more to bring to the table than just looks, but also bring balance to their life. I feel like I can help them out on.
Okay, slow down. I'm not understanding. You said they want arm candy, then you contradicted yourself. They want somebody that more than just looks.
Yeah, arm candy, but something behind, brain with it, and more in depth.
Do you know any men who make 6 figures or more?
My dad and my uncle.
Do you know any men that you are related to that make 6 figures or more?
Unrelated to? Yeah,
men that you are not related to.
Not on a personal level.
So you don't know them. You don't know what they want, but you want him. Man, I'm going to suggest that you really don't know what you want. And saying 6 figures is just something that you take.
It's like they see the lifestyle, and they see what, oh my gosh, like that lifestyle. Like, I want a man that can get me that lifestyle. It's like, why don't you just create that lifestyle for yourself? If you see it, like I said earlier, why does a man have to do it for you? And it's very unprofessional. Her dogs are barking in the background. Like, why are you gonna come ghetto? Just the dogs barking in the background.
I question if she makes 6 figures in this video.
I don't no. I'm like, okay, you're.
But it's funny you say this, because this is out of the horse's mouth, okay?
Mhm.
The women want the lifestyle, they don't want the guy. Because you're not even red pill, and you're saying this.
Uh-oh.
And red pill people say this all the time.
Mm-hmm. I've just seen it, and I have friends that want guys like that, but it's not even for them to like feel good, like I want someone who's like compassionate, this, that, and the third, but it's more so a lifestyle that they want, and then they want the guy to help them emotionally. It's like, if that's something that you really want, why don't you look for that first, and then you yourself have the funds to create your lifestyle instead of depending on someone that ultimately may not stay with you for the rest of your life, unfortunately, and then you're depending on this person and they leave, and it's like, what do you have? What do you have? Because you didn't do anything yourself to create the life that you wanted, and then find somebody that can and also complement your life, and you both mesh well together.
Well, and they don't even talk about. I'm telling you, my dad is one of those guys that's in that income bracket, and they act like they're just gonna marry these guys and do nothing. That's not how it works. They have a hard work ethic. They're gonna put you to work. You're either gonna be working in the house, you're gonna be working for their business, or you're gonna. I promise you. If you find a rich guy that just wants you to do nothing, you must be really hot. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, exactly. And
when I found out that Google was doing career certificates and they had one in data analytics, I thought it seems like an easy choice. After completing the program, I was familiar with all the tools of the trade, and I'm happy.
Stop being so nice to women. Nice will never equal turned on or attracted to you. I know you want women to be wildly attracted to you, to approach you.
She should know, like, okay, instead of just money, that's all she said was like, oh, I want a 6-figure type of guy. If you know what you want, you're going to put yourself into a position to get that. For her to say, like, oh, I'm not really putting myself out there. Oh, I just know my dad and my uncle. It's like, well, you're not getting on the dating apps that have those type of people. Like, there's a dating app called The League, and you have to sign up for it and get asked to come in. And in those areas, they have men that make substantial amount of money. But if you don't know more than money what you want, how are you going to have those men come to you? How are you going to know if a man comes up to you? He could wear just casual clothes and be making money, but you wouldn't know that because all you think is money, and you think he's gonna be wearing a suit, he's gonna be looking like this. This is the image that I have in my head, and if that man does not come up to me, I don't want it.
No, that's how my dad is. He drove like the speed up van for like 15 years.
Really?
Like now they have nice cars and whatever, but they didn't get that till their 50s.
Wow.
When we were growing up, you would not have known to have a nice house like other people. Until you went to our house.
You'd be like, y'all have money.
Yeah. But like we don't wear designer. We don't dress like super crazy. It's like a lot of those guys are frugal because that's what it takes to keep generational wealth.
That's why once I do have my money, I'm gonna be frugal, and if I do have kids, they're not gonna know.
I love me a bargain. I love
Same. I'm not about to be like, oh, I have money now. High price things, no. We get things on sale on the clearance rack. Still nice.
Taken from out there, but I'm not hearing this rooted to anything. What do you want ultimately? Do you want to be married, children, what?
Yes, I want to be married.
Do you want any children?
Yes.
How many?
I have a son now, so.
Okay. How old is your son?
He's 13.
Where's the father?
He's not in his life.
I didn't ask that. I said, where's the father?
Well, he's not like in it like I would like him to be.
All right, so go ahead and take this down, ma'am. Men who make the kind of money you're talking about have options. And typically they don't want to deal with women who are have 13-year-old sons who are used to dating men. This doesn't sound appealing to the kind of man you're talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I was thinking once I start booking session with you that
I can't change men.
I know, but I can approve myself, and I feel like I have a lot to offer to those type of men.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't take away the fact that you have a child. Like, you can improve. And first of all, she said, that's why I wanted to book sessions with you. Why did you do that in the first place, ma'am? Why are you here right now? Why did you do that in the first place? And there's just things that high value men look for, and wrong, but I don't think they look for women who have children.
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
You have brothers, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Do they want to date single moms?
No, my brother has a kid, and he doesn't want to date anybody that has kids. It's just, it sucks that, like, I mean, it doesn't suck that she has a child, but she wants this type of person, but this type of person is not looking for her because of her life. And it's like, you have to think about reality and be realistic with yourself. And like, okay, is this man look for this type of people, or am I being too unrealistic? Let me not settle, but be realistic with your life.
And it's not, it'd be like if I went to you and I said, I truly believe that Michael B. Jordan is gonna hit on me tomorrow.
I'd be like, how? Explain to me how.
And so people will say he's mean, but he's just being honest.
That's something, it like clicked in my head that I'll say that to you.
Okay. But see, you should have stopped right there. It's told you I cannot change men. And you said, once I book a session with you, I'm not a miracle worker. I'm telling you what they want. And you're still saying, yeah, but I want them. They don't want you.
But I have been working on myself this year, and
okay, ma'am, but okay. 35, 13-year-old son with a sketchy father. Why would a man who's in the top 10% of earners, who women across the country want that?
Because I have a lot to offer. I feel like.
Would you want your son to, if you had a son making that kind of money, would you want him to bring home a woman who had a 13-year-old son from a sketchy father? Or would you prefer him to get a woman who had no children, was younger, and easier to get on his program?
Depending on his age.
See what I mean? See what I mean? This goes so deep for black women. They will even, should have been an easy question. No, I would not want my son to bring, I want the best for my son. That should have been the appropriate answer. That's why I sat up. That is bullshit. You should want the best for your son.
Of course.
But this is,
We think some of the details that make Thursday Boots most special are the ones that you can't see. Hey everyone, I'm Connor, one of the co-founders at Thursday Boot Company, and this is our Black Matte Captain Boot, featuring a rich...
It's so hard because it's the truth, and our reality sucks, and you're like, man, if I did have a son in that position, I wouldn't want. She like, I bet you if she wasn't on camera and they were just like in one of his sessions, she'd be like, no, I don't want my son to have to go through that, because she knows firsthand what it's like, and she wouldn't want him to have to experience that.
Well, and I've heard guys that had single mom parents that told me their mom told them not to date single moms.
Yeah.
Because it shows a lack of responsibility and being, it shows you being irresponsible. Like, you're 27,
Mhm.
25, we're not pregnant.
Bless the
No,
Lord.
yeah, no kids.
Bless.
Because we have so many forms of birth control,
Mhm.
like ways to not get pregnant
Yeah.
these days. So it's just, like, it's not fun, but you made your bed, you gotta lie in it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Are you thinking?
If he brought home a woman, yes, I feel like I'm the exception to the rule. But
No, you're not. That's the problem. You all.
Wait. What? Did she? What? Feel like I'm the exception to the rule, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Does she explain how she feels?
She might.
Oh.
I haven't watched this clip in a minute, so we'll see. Ma'am.
How do you feel like you are the exception to the rule? Like you, just me. I'm like, my
I think
goodness.
you're the exception to the rule, but your life has proven to you that you're not.
my love life is not that good. I agree with you.
That's my point, and ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen, you ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
Why is it so good?
Go ahead.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one of you lies. No, younger women are attracted to older men. What are you talking about?
I know that firsthand. I don't know why they think like younger women aren't attracted to older men. Some of these older men, I'm like, hello.
How old? You're 27.
Mm-hmm.
How old would you go?
The oldest that I've gone, and it was, how old was I? I was 25.
Okay.
42.
42. I would too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's 40s. No, because, okay, right around 24, 25, I wasn't attracted to older guys.
You couldn't tell me in a million years that.
And then 25-ish, 24, I would say, I started looking, I'm like, are dads hot?
You don't have no kids?
That was the problem. I dated a 40-year-old. He bamboozled me with children.
Oh, yeah.
That was
I
told you.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, guys, this man. Oh my gosh. I've told this story on my channel before, but basically, like, it's a story for a different day. I was bamboozled. Didn't know he had kids.
Goodness. I don't know why people think that, like I just said, young people don't go for older people. It's like,
maybe not 18-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But 25, look let me speak. Ma'am, I do, okay?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
My face, when I wake up, 5, but when I put myself together, 6.
Okay. How tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size?
I'm sorry?
Your dress size?
A 3.
Okay. So that makes you If you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average-looking women tend not to get high-earning men. They tend to get average men.
So,
Did you, I mean, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Breathe and digest. You're 35 years old, and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher-earning men with average-looking women. Off rip. If you do see them, they got their average-looking woman when they were both really young, and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average-looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But
He didn't ask you about your body, and you can tell she's getting irritated because she's moving, looking on her phone. It's like, man, just listen. Listen to what he said. If you don't agree with it, okay, you don't agree with it, but you don't have to be disrespectful on camera and start looking at your phone. You are taking up not taking up his time, but you are using his time, and he's telling you this. It sucks to hear, but if you rated yourself, it's not like you took a poll and people rated you. You rated yourself. You rated yourself average. You want a high value man. They're not looking for you. They look past you physically and literally. You're 5'5". They're gonna look past you completely. Now it's like she said, my body's not average. They don't care. They're not. What are they gonna do? That's called. If your face is a 5 and you have a body on 10, you're butterface. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. They're not going to look at you and be like, oh wow, your body looks good. They have to talk to your face, and if they're not attracted to your face, they're not gonna. All right, going somewhere.
And you got a kid.
Yes. And if she started dating high value men and she didn't mention that she had a kid and she started dating all these men and then it came up, oh, I have a kid, they're gone. They're gone in an instant.
Ghost. Casper.
Gone. Just
ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
Say what? I just wanted some advice. I love you.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am.
How do you turn your audience's everyday curiosity into customers for your business? By reaching people thirsty for a new challenge.
Gotta reach these thirsty motherfuckers.
The next big win for your brand's awareness. Google Ads helps put your business in front of the audiences you want to reach, no matter what they're curious about.
So I'm watching this girl's show. Her name is Pearl, but she's actually showing her friend a Kevin Samuels video, and I've seen this Kevin Samuels video off of his own channel, but I recently started watching the girl Pearl, and she likes to show her female friends these type of clips and get their reactions to it. And so on another episode, the same girl she's chatting with now, she showed her a Jordan Peterson interview. You know, the black chick she don't really know who Jordan Peterson is, never heard of this guy, so Pearl introduces her female friends to this type of material. Because you can hear Pearl, like, she agrees with the dudes most of the time, yo. But yeah, so she's just exposing her friends to some shit that she likes to hear herself. I swear, yo, Pearl is like a white female version of Kevin Samuels. I swear, yo, she does not give women, and she's not gay or feminine or none of that shit. She's heterosexual. She likes men, but she don't give the women no kind of breaks at all, And she's trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is wrong with modern women. And why are their expectations so high, and why do they always downgrade and like devalue men? And like I said, she loves Jordan Peterson, and she loves Kevin Samuel, and this is some 24-year-old white British chick, but she's the fucking shit, cause she gets it, I guess. But she says she comes from a big family, and she has like 5 brothers. So she's probably like, she's feminine, but I can tell like she has like that strong masculine side to her as well. And that's just what comes when females have a lot of brothers like that. You're influenced by your family unit. And if you have more brothers than sisters, the boys are going to have a big influence on you, and their habits and their ways and their masculinity is going to rub off on the girls, whether they like it or not. And then some girls pick up these masculine traits unknowingly, and they go out in the world and they act like dudes. Motherfucking women be manly as fuck because she got 2 older brothers. But I don't think Pearl is that manly, but she, like I say, she definitely sides with the guys more often than not. And I find it fascinating, like listening to Kevin Samuels talk that way. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. But then when you hear a white British female talk the same way, it's like, oh, bitch, let me hear what else you got to say. Let me hear some more of your opinions. But she don't cut women no slack, yo. And she just want women to do better and be better and stop like criticizing men and stop making themselves feel like they're more than what they are. And she does her own show, and she does like a panel show where she invites guests on, men and women, all from, like, she had this Italian chick on there, and like I think she's based out of the UK, so like a bunch of British people and shit. But it's black, white, brown. She has this older black lady she has on her show, and so she has several different perspectives. And they just have discussions on like relationships and families and shit like that. And like her shit isn't that bad, yo. Like I've been listening to her for, I think I came across her shit almost 2 weeks ago. I don't know how I came across it, but I just clicked on the video on YouTube and it was her shit. And I don't think it's been like 2 weeks now, but in the past couple weeks I've listened to like a lot of her episodes, and she makes a lot of sense. Because she makes sense because she sounds like Kevin Samuels. It's like she parrots a lot of what this guy says, and then she adds her own opinions and stuff to it. But and I think that's why I like her so much. That's a norm in information security. I don't know, man. The statistics say that like the whole population, the male population in general in the US, 6 figures is like not a lot of people, yo. Like you said, like roughly about 10%. It might be like 11 or 12%. But it's definitely not the average. Even if it's double, even if it's 20%, that's not the average. You know what I'm saying? And these women are looking for guys that are out of their fucking league, essentially. And you say and for me, I'm an average looking guy and I make an average income. And so like these conversations aren't about me. I'm not some high valued man, who has like his whole pick of the litter. I feel like my personality gives me the ability to date pretty women. Like I've never had an ugly girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel, and that's my personal opinion, but it's like, but I don't got like hundreds of women like banging on my door, please marry me, please, please. And it's like, you know, so I just be realistic. My girlfriend thinks like I can just trip and fall into a bitch, but the average man doesn't. You know, we don't have it like that. So, and I'm cool with that shit. I'm cool with being an average person. You know what I'm saying? I'm average weight. Even my clothes and everything. It's so hard to shop for myself because I can never find my sizes on the racks and my shoe size because they're always sold out because I'm so fucking average. I swear to God, yo. Like, average shoe size, pant size, average height, average weight. I'm just the average build of a man. I make an average income, and I'm average looking. If I had to rate myself 1 out of 10, I'd probably give myself a fucking 5 too. Because you can't find my shit. I'm as average as you can be. And I like, once again, I think the only thing that kind of gives me a leg up is I have a passion for art, and I have an okay personality. You know, if I was like a really, really like bum ass dickhead and I looked like this and I made the money, nobody would want to date me. Nobody wouldn't want to fucking date me. But some of these women, like this woman up here, she just hates to refuse. Like, bitch, you're average. you're average looking lady. Okay, but yeah, you make money. But like the guys who make that type of money that you want, they don't want average looking people. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I didn't have like a sense of humor and an okay personality, I wouldn't have a girl as pretty as I have now. You know? But for some women, it's just hard for them to look at themselves realistically. It just is. And that's, I don't know, and that's why Kevin Samuels' platform was so popular. And that's why I really like listening to Jess. Because she, once again, she's a white British female, but she gets it too. And Jess even says, she's like, she calls herself average. And she knows that she's like, if Drake walks in the room, this motherfucker not gonna look at me. All right. I'm in the stream. I'll probably end the stream right at 3 o'clock. So let's listen to some more of their reactions to this thing. Yeah, she's single.
Yeah.
And then, like the lady said that, oh, yeah, but I know I'm in my mid-30s, but these older gentlemen who make that much money, like they don't want no. She was like, a girl in her 20s isn't going to be looking at a man in their 40s. Bullshit. I got a girl in her 20s, and I'm in my 40s. And then Pearl and her friend said the same thing. Pearl said that when she was 24, she was fucking with a motherfucker who was 42. Should ladies take advice from single women? You can take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you don't have to die on somebody else's opinion, but at the same time, I think women like her are more than likely single by choice. You know, I'm pretty sure, like, once again, Pearl is an average looking white girl, but I'm sure she can date somebody if she wants. Her family has money. She has a pretty decent platform, and she's getting popular. So I'm sure she could definitely have a dude if she wanted to. But then once again, like she says too, women should choose their mates more properly and not, have all these baby daddies or get with somebody and then it ends so soon. But the thing too is like Kevin Samuels gave advice to thousands of people, men and women, and he wasn't married. He was married before and he got a divorce. He had a major failed relationship. But that doesn't mean, yo, Fred. But that doesn't mean like he can't give good advice. Yo.
Hey man, what's up?
I'm in the middle of a stream right now. Let me call you back in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right. And one of the main things Kevin Samuels was good at is throwing out stats and statistics. And that's what Pearl does too. So a lot of her advice comes from a lot of statistics that she reads. And my internet just fucking stopped, yo. Wait, what the fuck? Ma'am. Listen, ma'am. You 35 with a 13-year-old and 18 dress size.
I've been using Grammarly for years. Now the great thing is Grammarly is free and easy to use. It not only helps you check your grammar, but also...
Yo, my shit buffering so hard now, like it really doesn't want us to watch this video. Yeah, because you can find statistics that support almost any argument, but the simple stacks like that are so obvious to people that like the medium American income, the average American income is like $35,000. That's what the average person makes. There's no way around that shit. That's a statistic you can't beat. Like everybody's not fucking millionaires. Everybody doesn't make 90, 100, 120 or $200,000 a year. We just, yo, Cedric, what's good, bro? Motherfuckers just don't, and that's his whole argument. Like, once again, like I keep saying, I'm not even in that category. I just like listening to it. I ain't got no dog in the fight, cause I don't make 6 figures a year. And the average person, like he asked her, how many men do you know personally who make that much money? And she don't know anybody. And me personally, I know like 2 people probably that makes 6 figures like that. Personally, like know them. It's not a lot of people who make that type of money. So woman up 40 still a MILF, nigga. So like stats like that, the divorce rates, those are stats that you really can't beat, yo. Like simple stuff. We know like in the past 20 years, divorce rates have been on the rise. And some people say it's due to feminism and a lot of other different reasons. Whatever the cause of it is, like more people get divorced now. Our grandparents stuck it out for the most part, Our parents tried to stick it out. Like the generation before me, there were a lot of divorces. In my generation, I personally know like 7 people who got divorced. Personally, I know one of my friends got divorced in 6 months. He was married for 6 months and filed for divorce after 6 months. And that's why that shit be scaring me too. Just like, what's the fucking point, yo? That's why Kevin Samuel says he has to have been making 6 figures for at least 5 or 6 years. If you make that money for, greater than 5 years, there's a larger chance that you have paid off your debt. And now you're into the investment phase of your earnings. And it depends on where you live too, because 6 figures in South Carolina is a hell of a lot more than 6 figures in fucking California. And this shit still is just buffering. So, did it just take a screenshot? I hate now you can tap the back of your phone and take a screenshot. My phone does that shit all the time now. Yeah, a lot of the older people enter the turkey sandwiches. Alright, so I don't know if y'all want to continue this discussion. I might go downstairs and try to stream, but I am going to take a break from the painting. We've been in here for 3 hours. I'm going to go downstairs. Like you say, it really is really on where you live at too. So, I mean, but these are like some of the basic statistics that we can go on, and then we can make a lot of assumptions around those statistics. And I don't know, it's just how things are. Men who make a lot of money have the options, and their options are greater. And they can pick who they want. And normally a man who makes a lot of money wants a young, hot, fit female. And like Kevin described her, you're a 35-year-old baby mama with a sketchy baby daddy. Like, no nigga who really got his shit together, who pulling in that bank, motherfuckers ain't gonna want to deal with that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker got too much going for him. Why I gotta deal with someone who's a baby mama? This is another fact. Like I say, I'll go downstairs and start up the stream if y'all want to jump back in and see if we can get a better connection downstairs to finish listening to their reactions to Kevin Samuel. And if not, I'll holler at y'all in the morning. Peace.